I do.
Covino and Rich.
Are you ready? Honestly, how do I deal with you every day?
Get ready.
You're on the radio.
Whoa! Yeah!
Holy mother nugget! And holy mother meatball!
I'm the smartest man alive!
You're so ridiculous.
What?
You're such a fool.
Get out of here.
Oh, I'm a disc jockey.
What's a disc jockey?
Here we go. Covino and Rich.
Let's go!
All right. How you feeling?
Orale!
you
It's Taco
exhausted?
Tuesday. Oh, yeah. Oh, my
fucking
God.
exhausted.
Exhausted. I didn't sleep at all.
Taco Tuesday!
Thanks, LeBron, Covino, and Rich, and Spot. It's the show. Woo! Thanks for being here on a Taco Tuesday. Why are we so tired? Because none of us slept well last night because we all stuffed our faces just hours before bedtime.
Wow.
So it's hard to sleep on your belly when you're getting airtime. Whoa! Like, It's hard to sleep when your body's digesting and you're all wired up on cheesecake and gabagool. Close it out. Let's be rocking it. Let's go.
Gabagool.
Let's effing go.
Gabagool. Mozzarella.
The battle cry of every millennial.
Let's fucking go, bro. Let's effing go. Let's effing go. Let's effing go. LFG.
Oh my God!
Every millennial before they do anything and everything. Oh man, want to go to the supermarket? Let's effing go.
That's it's catching up. My cousin,
I told you.
my cousin Jesse, who lives in New York, I saw him on Instagram. He posted that same thing. It was like, why does everyone around my age say let's effing go for everything?
Told you,
like,
man.
yeah, he's like
you know where I
30.
first noticed it? This is how long ago I noticed it. though.
Sports, usually though.
Little League World Series. So when was that?
Damn.
Every little kid, he's on second base. Effing go! Let's go! And they're like, these kids they're saying effing, I don't know if you can get away with that because it's implied.
You know who embraced it big time?
Yes.
Bigly.
Pete Alonso, you told me.
Tom Brady, I was gonna say.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. He does
the
those.
man.
He does those videos, and if you watch him on the sideline, he's always being like, "Let's go,
Let's go, man. I thought the Cars started it back in the 70s. Let's go. Wow, boom, 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 doo 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 boom. Anyway, let's go. The
Let's
show
go.
begins. Covino and Rich.
Let's
The
go.
rally cry of the Weenials. Let's effing go.
Now,
Sports, entertainment, and life. Last night we went out for
night.
dinner, man.
Last night I dreamt of San Pedro.
Last night I couldn't sleep at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would have dreamt of San Pedro if I could have slept. I made the terrible mistake
I was in a coma.
of having a cappuccino after dinner.
Yeah.
I had a theory and Spot says no way.
I saw you and I'm like, no.
We went out to dinner last night. We'll tell you all about it. But at the end of the dinner, ordered dessert. And
doesn't?
Yeah, exactly. And I asked for decaf, and I feel like the guy gave me regular coffee.
But I would agree with you. But the other two people at the table also ordered decaf. So there's no way they would have just poured.
Yeah, if you were the one decaf order, he might have been like, "Fuck."
Yeah,
I don't
there's
know,
no
man.
way. But the fact that 3 people at the table, and let me tell you, I slept like a baby. I went home,
How?
Well, I did at first.
watched a couple episodes of 30 Rock and passed out.
How?
At first, I was like,
jealous.
oh, I'm tired
I'm like-
now. I'm going to bed. And then I woke up in the
Always
middle of the
tired.
night, and I
Drugs.
had lots of thoughts. And I texted them to myself because I don't think that their
world's
thoughts, I don't think the world's ready for my fire.
I find that so fascinating.
Yeah.
You text yourself deep thoughts.
Yeah. It's true because who else am I going to tell
Send
my
a
thoughts
text to yourself. Why not
How
just
do
write
you-
it in your notes? Why not keep a journal?
No, I think
Honestly, you
to
should
mess
keep a
with the
journal.
mind.
No, because then I get excited. I'm like, oh, who?
No.
Oh, it's me.
Keep
no.
a journal. This
That's
way you
his
can
journal.
you can burn your thoughts if you ever need them.
Who texted me? Oh, it's me.
Yeah, I forget actually. Oh, who texted me?
So,
So yeah, I was up all night with my thoughts.
someone
and
texted me at 3 a.m. Oh, it's me.
It was the worst. And then a lot of eater's remorse. I'm like, why did I eat so
I
much?
never have eater's remorse. To me,
I
it's like
did.
you do it, you have fun. Like, why are you regretting it?
I had a
Stop
great
being-
time,
stop
but
being a
it
weenie.
was
No,
overboard.
I have no regrets or regrets about what I put in my body last night.
Me either. I thought everything was great, and I've thoughts about the whole night. I don't even know where you want to start, but we could start from the back.
There was a penis joke there somewhere, Spot. I
know.
couldn't go for it.
I was
I'm
gonna
too
go for
tired.
it,
Yeah.
I was going to say before and after dinner.
Yeah.
But I'm also too tired.
I do think there is something about
I couldn't imbibe or eat anything this morning because I was so full from last night.
after a nice dinner.
No coffee.
I feel like the coffee or the espresso or the cappuccino is necessary. I can't.
You need a palate cleanse.
Yeah, I'm all about the after dinner. Let's wait a few minutes. Yeah, give us like 15 minutes then. All right, you guys want to split a piece of cheesecake? Yeah, and espressos or coffees or cappuccinos. Otherwise, what do? You just leave? Like, I feel like that is the cool down, so to say.
When you're pounding your gullet with savory, you need that nice little sweet treat, that nice little neutralizer at the end of a meal to just balance everything out.
Yeah, a little sweet piece of cake to split, or you know what I wish I had last night?
We were splitting cakes last
Some
night.
sort of molten lava cake.
Creme brulee. Little no.
It's funny how
Not a custard guy.
when we first started the show in the early 2000s, when we were splitting cakes, it meant something totally different.
Yeah, now we're actually splitting a piece of chocolate
Last
cake.
night we were just being fat like old guys.
But it
Like there were two guys on the wall. Remember those guys? They were like really portly and they pulled their pants over their gut.
Yeah.
That's how I felt at the end of the meal.
Oh, yeah. Well, so last night, Super Bowl week. Let's start off, with a story about our dinner because that's pretty much all we did yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, it is Super Bowl week, which means Covino and I are probably due for a bunch of free dinners from people that are in town.
Exactly. So
Executives,
people are
workers,
here. Super Bowl's
coworkers.
in LA. There's a lot of people in town. And last night, our buddy Mark Zito was in town and said, hey, man, let's go out for a dinner. I'll expense it. Sweet. I'm in.
I'm all about.
I'm in. Wait,
Free dinners.
on SiriusXM's dime, I'm double in. Give me top shelf everything. And we had a blast. We had a good time. It was really great to see Mark. First thing he said to me was like, dude, it's been like 2 years since I've seen you. And I was like, for real?
Yeah, I've seen him a couple times.
But it's a time warp because of the pandemic, and you're also confused because of social media. You're like, I feel like I've seen you. No, I guess I haven't. Holy shit. Come here, bring it in. Let's smash some helmets. So I brought it in real low.
like,
And I was like, that's my new thing. Just to
yeah, it's what bros do.
trying to stay memorable, too.
What buddies do. Hey,
Yeah.
tap helmets.
Remember when Adam Sandler did one of these? Remember he was like, remember he did that at the dinner table? He bit the guy's hand. I just bring it in. I'm like,
Now, let's be
Mark's
honest.
like, when did you start doing that? I was like, well, I haven't seen anybody in a long time.
If Covino doesn't know them that well, he does a helmet tap. If he knows them real well, it's more of like a helmet, like So
I'm just really trying to grow it up.
So we saw our buddy Zito, and it's great. It's honestly,
It was great to see him.
I've
It
seen
really
him.
was.
I saw him once when I was in New York, and then I saw him out here in LA. We've seen each other a couple times over the last few years, but sitting down with you guys and Zito and having that dinner, these things are meaning more to me as I get older, probably because of the pandemic, but also because it's like, man, time's going by. We're all getting older. We're having kids and families. And
Yeah, Mark was a weenie who worked on our show. Now he's like a grown-up, a true professional, and he's a dad. He's like a totally different guy.
No, so I mean,
I like this Mark so much more. He was a delight last night.
I couldn't tell you how much I enjoyed our dinner last night.
Yeah, it was great. Great company, great time, great meal. We went to the place called The Palm, Palm. That's why I took my palm and I fucking whacked Zito right in the ass. I was like, bring it in, man. Pow. Gave him a little bit of my palm. That's what bros do. And again, because he has like company clout and they're here for the Super Bowl and we still work for the company.
Yeah.
Hey, let's do it. And we did it big. Like he feasted. I like how he rolls because he's like,
I don't know. Well,
Yeah,
he's a
he's
big
like
dog now.
rolling
He
big.
is running shit.
Like,
You
wait.
know what it is?
what kind of wine are we on? We went to Napa 2017. Let's do it.
And
effing go.
I feel like we sort of, not that it's a trick, but it happens when you're doing a lot of business in a certain amount of time. Sometimes you can bury an expense report. I feel like we were the buried expense
we also
report.
are employees, and it is a,
No, but it's
week
like-
of events. But when you're a
This
guy,
dude's honestly, he's dropping like $1 million expense reports because he's doing
Yeah.
equipment and
he's-
sets and
he's the
lights
guy.
and
Mark's probably one of the guys that his expense reports are tens of thousands of dollars because he's buying legitimate things. So, a couple $100 dinner with employees is not gonna,
No, especially on Super
Yeah.
Bowl week.
And he's the guy getting deals and running things. Now, I wanted to ask you because let's just say we got a pretty expensive bottle of wine.
Yeah.
And-
again, at the Palm, which is like an old, famous steakhouse, there's
People's
A few in
faces,
every
people's
major
faces
city.
painted on the wall.
Yeah, I mean, there's a famous one in New York, out here in LA. Where else? I'm sure in a few
It's
other
like-
cities.
We
Might
all
be Vegas. I don't know.
we all know the rules when choosing a bottle of wine. When you're out with people,
When
what's
you're
the
out,
rule?
not the cheapest,
Not the cheapest one.
The one up.
The second one
Yeah.
down.
But when you're with
so not the $50 bottle, like the $80
When you're with a
bottle.
guy-
Some vino with Covino. Man,
when you're with a guy though
bro.
that's rolling deep like a Zito, or a guy that has wine taste, they might say, "Let's get the high price one." And let's just say, I'm convinced that while I am far from a sommelier, I'm convinced it did taste like expensive wine. Like I was like, this is just something. And I'm not even a big red wine guy, but I was like,
It was like a $400 bottle or something. Like some shit I would never pay
It
for.
yeah, it did have. It
I
had
know
some-
that's, maybe small potatoes for some people like Tony Moriello or Roe or guys who spend lots of money when they're out and about, living it big. But $400 for a bottle for this guy, that's a lot.
It had some notes of bitter cocoa, like dark chocolate,
Had legs. I was like,
black cherry jam. I asked the guy, I'm like, what are the notes in this wine?
hey, Spot, what's better? Vino with Covino or a cappuccino with Al Pacino?
Oh, definitely with Cappuccino.
Don't mind if I do.
Dunkachino.
so
It's
Was
not
there-
Al anymore.
was there
Please, dunk. Please, I want some of
Was
that.
there a
No,
part
fire
of
me
you?
a flagged.
was there a part of you that was like, oh, this does taste expensive? Or do you think you could have been tricked? Like, you know when they bring people to an art show and they're like, this is $1 million piece and it's like a kid's finger
Yeah, I
painting?
don't think I think it was all in your head, to be
There's,
honest.
there's a little part of me I felt a little snooty
it tasted
afterward.
it clearly it didn't taste like a bottle of $3 Chuck, but I think it was in a realm of wine where I don't think you could have told the difference.
I'm not going to argue
Like there was
with you,
a
Spot.
like
But
there
I'm
was
just
another
saying
bottle that he
as
was going to order, and I think you
No, yeah. As
the
I
difference you wouldn't have been able to tell.
He stole your title, bro. Not only is he the fuckmaster now,
Yeah.
he's Advance Palate.
Yeah, I mean,
Stop it.
I told you, I'm
He's
not.
Advance Palate.
I'm not a.
He's saying his palate's more
yeah,
advanced
I'm
than
not
yours.
a,
I'm not.
I'm
Yeah,
not
you
a
are. You're
sommelier.
saying you're talking about notes, and it wasn't as good as Rich thought it was.
I'm not a sommelier by any means. I'm
I
not a
thought you
red.
were.
I'm not
You
a
sure?
red wine guy, but it would have been a great experiment for you to be like. I think you could tell a
Should
cheap
order
wine,
both.
but there's a part of me that's like, it did taste like. Oh, this is perhaps I'm tasting things that a real wine connoisseur would appreciate because it didn't taste like a $20 bottle of wine. But I wonder if that's in my head.
And also, when you
It
order,
might be like if they
It
might have
was.
been like, just kidding, that's Trader Joe's wine.
when
But I feel like you could tell the difference enough.
when you get a higher price bottle of wine, you better drink every drop of that. And there was a little.
I was
there a
annoyed
little,
with you.
There was a little puddle of wine in your glass.
I finished it.
I
We had to
know.
tell you
Because
to,
you
though.
told
we
me
have to
to.
tell you to, but there was out of respect. When you're like, let's do it, let's go for it. You have to finish every bottle.
We housed it. We had a
housed
cool
it. It was
waiter,
good.
right? And he was like, "It's a great selection, my friend. If you don't eat it, I'll finish it." Right?
Yeah, that was
like
his gimmick.
line. That was
Trying
his
to remember
gimmick.
the name. Do you remember the name of it?
And I don't. I made a joke about it.
did.
And
That's
it
what
was
I'm trying to-
lame as hell, but now I can't remember it. And by the end of the dinner, when I tell you we licked our plates clean, like we're like, you're not eating anything because we finished everything. And although it's a famous steakhouse, Rich and I got the
The wine
chicken
list.
parm because I had steak earlier this week
And
on Monday.
Zito and I did the whole thing. Like he got a fillet, and he's like, "I'll give you a little piece. If you let me try the chicken parm." The chicken parm at the Palm is known for it.
Bellissimo.
It was an Italian restaurant that ended up serving steak. If you want the history of the Palm, is
The palm.
the Palm is
The palm.
originally La Parma when it came to the United States to open the restaurant. The guy, and I don't know if you know do you know the whole story behind that? It's a boring story.
I've heard it, but go ahead.
But the guy that opened it, Spot, he went for his license and wanted it to be called like Parma. And the person was like at the patent office for like some immigrant was like, yeah, great, the Palm. And he's like, no, the Palm. Oh. So they called it the Palm.
Right.
And eventually over years, they started selling steaks as well. But if you've gone there quite a few times, you get to know that there's menu items that are just as good. Like the chicken parm there, unbelievable. It's the number one item on the menu.
It's kind of like when Rich goes to Texas and everyone calls him Rick Davis because they think that's his name.
Yeah.
Wait, there he is, Rick Davis.
It's like there's certain restaurants like
no, it's Davis. Rick Davis.
There are certain
Davis.
restaurants where you know the item to order, and even though it's a steakhouse, it's not.
It's a mistake.
It's not
house
100%.
because it's not supposed to be the palm.
Yeah,
It's be the parm.
Yeah, see.
The chicken parmigiana. Oh.
Hey,
But it's fantastic, and it was a major like honor if the bosses took you to the Palm in New York City. And again, they're known for painting prominent visitors' heads on the wall. And my boss in radio had his stupid head on the wall. He's very proud of that. But every once in a while, they take you to the Palm, and that was like their way of throwing you a bone. It was
Pio
the ultimate
Bazzi.
steakhouse.
And John Ganzi.
am I right about that story? Because I heard like a manager tell me that years
Parma
ago
is
in New York.
mistakenly registered as Palm due to their thick Italian accents.
Hey, the Parm.
The Palm.
Palm.
Uh-huh.
The Palm.
All right, the
Yeah.
palm. No, not like a palm, a tree, like a chicken, the palm.
Yeah, the Palm. Get out of here.
So-
Fuck out. What'd you say? Yeah, fuck out of here. And that's it.
Okay.
So
And that's how Italian Americans developed that accent, because when they were, coming to this country, like, what do you say? The Palm? Fuck out of here.
what is it? Why is
So
every
the
Italian guy?
Italians
Why is
just
so many Italian guys named Tony?
Two NY on their
To
head.
New York.
New York.
Tony. Tony.
Tony.
So, for the people that love food porn like Spot, I'll take you through what we had real quick. We had the appetizer, thick cut bacon, which is always a home run. If a restaurant serves thick cut bacon as an app, Spot and I, Covino's not a crustacean guy, but Spot, how good was the lump crab cake?
Oh, it was great.
Pretty good. Not as good as Del Frisco's. Del Frisco's has the best crab cake, but it was fantastic.
I'm not a crab cake guy.
And
I feel
then
like crab cakes are
More of a cheesecake guy.
More of a cheesecake guy. To me, crab cakes are not filling enough to justify the expense.
well, we ended up having the chicken parm. Spot, what did you end up getting?
I got a steak. I got
Steak?
a 8-ounce fillet.
Nice. But so we had some fillets, and then we had a little cheesecake, and I'm telling you that cappuccino, I don't know if that's what did it, or as you guys said, the digestion, but last night I was the most irritable sleeper. I came home, at one point I was like, let me take an edible or something. I need to fall asleep, but I was just restless. I'm like,
Same.
ah.
Same. Probably because my belly was going to explode. I don't know what it was, man. I still feel like I'm about to explode. But we feasted like kings. I feel like we deserved it. And we had a great time. It was a great catch up. Talking about life and family and career, and how everything's changed so much, especially in our career.
I see a guy
catching
like
up.
I see a guy like Mark, who's very much. He's 10 years younger than us, roughly, right? He's like in his mid-30s. It's like 9 years younger than you, like 6 years younger than me in Spot, and I just feel like he's just slightly behind where we were, like at that point. No, like when we were at that age, it was like we're still hitting up all the events, traveling a lot for work, doing all that. And I'm watching him like
He's ahead of you in the dad game. Because I became a dad at 33. He's 34.
Yeah, no.
So he's a little ahead in the life
In
department.
that. But it's like watching him.
Right.
It's like, yeah, he's probably done every event, and
He's done a lot at this point.
you wonder what's the long term. We were talking a little bit about like, yeah, what's like the long term thing? Like, do you think you're going to be doing what you do when you're 50, 60, 70? Because people got to work. People got to work until what? You're roughly 65, 70?
You know who said that?
By the time we're older, maybe 70 something. I don't know.
RuPaul said that.
You got to work.
No, they were like, you better work. And I always took that shit to heart. For real. For real. The song's a banger.
I do.
Let's effing go.
Yeah, but I
Once upon a time, there was a little black girl in the Brewster Projects of
song.
Detroit, Michigan.
The song still hits.
At 15, she was spotted by an Ebony fashion.
The song
fair
hits almost as
town
good as that Chicken Parm
and
did
her
last night.
modeling career took off.
That just hit right here. Oh, there it is.
you better work.
On the runway. You gotta work, man. People don't like that. I think today's generation is allergic to that song. They're like,
What just
nah,
happened?
no, we don't.
You
We
got
don't.
to work.
That was a dance breakdown. That was
So-
like a little
Just happened.
interlude.
So let me ask you a serious question.
I bet you kids today, or like young people today, hate that song. I bet you
Work.
they're torn because they're all about like RuPaul is fierce.
I have a question.
But the lyrics, I hate them.
You better practice self-care and
Yeah.
not burn yourself out.
I hate to. They probably changed the
my
words
song.
to I hate to work, but I love RuPaul. I hate work. Love RuPaul. I hate work.
But I love
Drag
RuPaul.
Race.
I love RuPaul. Yeah, I bet you today's generation really has a problem with that.
Let's not work.
Yeah. Ha! But go ahead, Mark Zito.
Mark
Sachet, Shantae.
motherfucking Zito. And by the way, ordering a crab cake outside of Maryland is like ordering lobster in Kansas. That's the dumbest statement ever. Like, yeah, you're going to get a different level of crab. That's ridiculous, Becker. A lump crab cake at a good restaurant?
Yeah, you know what they're doing?
Can't beat that.
They're coming out of a can.
Come on, bro.
Talk about
coming
the
out of a
Parma.
can. This is at the Parma. This
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
I'm not-
It's an
I didn't
expensive
get,
place.
Becker, I didn't get a crab cake at a supermarket.
It's probably the same quality. Kidding.
You're not a crab cake guy then, huh?
I'm not a
Oh,
big
I'm
crab cake guy.
that's like I'm very particular. Like when a crab cake is too cakey and too substancy, why are you making that look like you don't know what
very
I'm talking about?
particular about crab cakes.
Of course,
You're
need
talking
be
to
very-
Advanced the original Advanced Latte.
Crab cake is probably one of my favorite go-tos. My dad and I would always crab as a kid. I was very particular about how I like my do you like a soft shell crab? Do you like Alaskan king crab? Crab to me,
The idea of a soft shell crab grosses
there's
me out.
so many.
Gross.
There's so many great ways to prepare crab meat, but
Be able
if
to
you're
eat
doing
the
lump
bones.
crab meat or in a crab cocktail or a crab cake, if you don't have a lot of lump crab meat, then you know what it is? It's sort of just like it's all that filler, almost like cornmeal or something, like a muffin, right? You don't eat crustaceans, and clearly this guy does not like crab cakes. Otherwise,
Not a big fan.
come on.
I
You
like
can get
crab.
crab cakes at ShopRite. That's what your dad said.
I like crab.
You could, but
Yeah.
they're not the same crab cakes. Unless,
They probably are.
dude, I don't get me aggravated today. I'm too tired. But if
You know who
go
likes
get a-
crab cakes? The robot in the Chicago Bulls logo.
Yeah, loves crab
You ever
cakes.
see the robot in
He's-
the Chicago?
He's parting some crab
Yeah,
cakes.
he is. He's like, give me them crab cakes.
But-
If you turn the Chicago Bulls logo over upside down,
It's a robot reading a book, or
it's a robot banging a crab.
or is he banging a crab?
It's a robot with a crab all up in those cakes.
But anyway, long dumb story short, Spot. You're not a crab guy, but if you see a crab cake, and there's two types, so don't tell me. You see a crab cake, and it really is just lump crab meat, honestly shaped in a circle, and you're like, oh, that's crab meat. Otherwise, if you get a crab,
Want to see some crab porn?
yeah, look at see, he had a
Oh,
robot.
crab porn.
Robot's like, let me make you my little crabby bitch.
robot,
Rich-
it's a robot banging a
And
crab.
Rich,
Is what it
and
is.
Rich always thought it was a sad robot because it has the line there.
Yeah.
Nah. That's the robot just
Sounds
getting
like
it
a
in.
crab, though.
That's the robot's chest plate. He's like a little Buck Rogers kind of robot.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Spot,
This is
look
why
up-
you got to upgrade to tier 2
Spot, just for the fun of it,
so you can see
and for
what's
the hell
going
of it and
on.
the smell of it, just Google crab cake and see what comes up. Like Google image, because again, there's two types. It's either a pile of crab.
Kind of nerdy about crab cake. I'm not gonna
Kind of,
lie.
I am
You're
because.
like really geeking out on it.
All right.
It's like you talking about tease bets.
What do you want to talk about? Joe Rogan? What do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? COVID? What do you
What
want
am
to
I-
talk
what am
about?
I looking up?
Misinformation?
I'm
Lump
talking
crabs?
about
What?
Brian
What
Flores.
am I looking up?
Crab cake Google image.
Crab cakes.
Either we talk about Brian Flores or crab
It's
cakes.
the Bulls logo again.
I rather talk about crab cakes than Brian Flores.
All right, let's look at the array of crab cakes available on
Now-
Google image search.
Spot. My point is simple. There's a difference
Here we
between.
go.
Get up and close. See, look at that. When it's
This
all,
that was okay. Like okay. Which one? Pick one.
you could tell the difference between one that looks very cakey with like, and then you could look at one where it's like you could tell it's just a bunch of lump crab together, lump
Yeah,
crab
it's,
together.
It's your ratio. It's all about your ratio of crab to binder.
yeah, and
That's that's what it is.
when there's too much binding cake, then it's not a good crab cake. You're just eating
Like
like
this. This
yeah.
is like a,
yeah. Look at that one. That's a shitty one.
That's like a Long John Silver's crab cake.
That's bullshit. You
It's
don't.
right here.
Yeah, you don't want
It's like
that.
a Long
That's-
John Silver's crab
That's
cake.
garbage. You want
You
something that's hardly
want-
even baked looking.
This is what I want. This right here.
Yeah, like that. That is
That's
like
all crab.
lumps of crab. That's it.
Or this.
The end. Come on, bro.
I don't get me wrong. I love crab. I love crab. I've done the whole crab thing, Maryland, where you sit with a bunch of crabs on a table and you pick it apart and all that shit.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Bring me on my wedge salad. That's what I got.
And by the way, the wedge salad, I'm glad you gave me a little taste of that. You can't go wrong with a wedge salad at a
Wedge
restaurant.
salad was
Honestly,
on point.
I wanted
like
a chop
non-point.
salad. I wasn't a fan of their wedge salad. They chop their You have the option to have their wedge salad chopped ahead of time.
Yeah.
I think it ruined it for me.
Nah, it didn't. It's like when they don't toss it for you. I like my salad tossed. Toss it
salad.
myself. Toss my salad. I don't want to toss. I'm not here to work. I'm here to eat that shit. Chop it.
Not to
Chop it
mention-
up. Chop it up. Chop it up. Chop that shit like the king of cars. Chop, 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 chop.
A wedge salad really is just a vehicle for blue cheese and bacon.
Of course, it's like, hey, what do you want your blue cheese and bacon with? Oh, you should probably put it on a bunch of lettuce. That's really what it is. It's like, ooh, clump blue cheese and bacon.
You know what we're turning into?
Just put that on the.
Remember back in the day on Sirius XM, there was a show called The Wise Guy Show, and it was big fat Vinny Pastore and all his fat Italian friends. That's what we sound like right now. That's
I
what
know.
Everyone loves food, and it's lunch.
Crab cakes.
It's lunchtime on the East Coast.
Hey, good crab
Hey,
cake,
I gotta
Tom.
tell you, how
Tom,
do you
know?
like your wedge salad? You want it chopped or not chopped? Oh,
The blue cheese. You need blue cheese.
oh, lots of blue cheese. Oh, don't mind if
Don't
I
forget
do.
the bacon.
Oh, bacon. Oh, yeah.
Little balsamic drizzle. You want some?
sound like a
drizzle?
bunch of fat guys.
Well, let's be done with that.
So anyway, we had a great dinner, great meal, such a great effing meal. Crab cakes, wedge salads, bacon.
But
We had
someone
chicken parm,
said
we
it-
had steak, we had wine, we
Someone
had
said it
dessert,
best,
we had
Covino.
cappuccinos, we had great service, great time, great friends, and great oldies.
Someone said it best. The ratio of breadcrumbs and filler versus crab meat
I said that
is
to
the
you.
is the defining factor of why
Someone
what's
said
being.
it best.
Well, you didn't say breadcrumb Spot.
I said the ratio
said
of
filler.
crab to binder.
Binder, you said.
What do you think breadcrumbs are?
Yeah, but I'm just reading what someone said in our feedback.
Bro, you just
Binder.
got pwned.
Well, clearly Spot's not a crab cake guy. I am. It's my go-to in every restaurant if there's a good if it's a nice
When
restaurant.
Spot said binder, I was thinking of my trapper keeper from
Yeah.
8th grade. I didn't even know what you were talking about.
Sometimes it's like all binder, all breadcrumb, like a little bit of crab. Like Del Frisco's has the best crab cake because it's all crab meat. There's no filler. There's like no breadcrumb.
It's like a photos of crab cakes
Welcome
again.
to Fat Guy Radio, everybody.
I am getting a slow roaster thinking about crab cakes.
Yeah, you're really a nerd about it.
Jimmy's
Holy
famous
shit.
seafood. Jimmy opened up a crab cake place.
Know what the best place to go?
I didn't know you were so so passionate
The
about
best place
crab
to get a
cakes.
good crab cake, or not even crab cake, lump crab meat. If you go to San Francisco,
lump crab meat.
just the little vendors that are like cup of crab for like $10, and it's like a little lumpy crab cake. Not even a crab cake, a crab cocktail.
Extra lumpy.
You want 'em
Okay, sir, do you want it lumpy or bumpy? I said lumpy.
How do you like your crab cakes?
very lumpy, very little
I'll be
filler.
right back with your lumpy crab cakes. Oh.
Okay, that's enough of our
So,
fat
yeah,
night out.
We were slobs, and it was great conversation, just good laughs. And
So-
Zito's a funny guy, so everyone's sort of in their funny mood and bringing their zingers and having fun. And there's no holds barred, right? There's no holding back with good friends.
Yeah.
So you could be as racist. I mean, just kidding. You could be as open as you want to be.
There's
talk about everything.
There's a good
Rich
conversation.
told us about his butthole issue.
Yeah, it was just all good
a lot of
conversation.
opening up.
I
As the,
showed him too.
Yeah,
which is
it
weird.
It was, yeah.
yeah.
The question that I think is an interesting one, and I already saw a few people comment on it as we breezed by it, so might as well hit on it. When you think about how old you are and your career trajectory and where the industry you're in is going and what you're doing now, where you're at in your own world, career-wise, when do you want to work till, and when do you think you're going to have to work until? When you look at your investments, when you look at your 401k, when you look at where the world's going to be, like right now, you could start collecting Social Security at what age?
65.
No, it changes all the time.
Really?
It might be 66 and a half or something, or 64 and a half. Just look at because you don't get it. You get percentages.
If you wait,
you get more.
You get more.
But I'm saying combine that with when a lot of people would say, well, I'll retire and collect my Social Security combined with my 401k or my pension or whatever you have.
67 for anyone born after 1960.
67.
So, yeah, 67.
So do you feel like you're one of, like your mom just retired, right? Your dad still working or what?
He's still working.
Full time or less work?
Part time. He's got a great gig.
Yeah,
My
so-
dad has the best gig ever.
Can start at 62,
Drives around.
apparently.
Drives around listening to music. 80s on 8. Hey. My dad drives around listening to Rod Stewart. If you want my body and you think I'm sexy. My dad's fucking driving around delivering blood and for the hospitals. He's delivering. That's what he does. He's just making runs.
So 68 versus believe Lisa hit us up saying if you wait till 72,
Who
you
ordered
get,
AB positive?
you get
Got it right here.
you get your full payment. So it's just an interesting thought. Like, all right, so if you're in your 40s, do you in your mind be like, oh, I'm going to work another 20 years? Or do you think you're always going to work?
I never even think about that shit. I really don't. Because I love what I do.
I love
so.
you love what you do, but I'm saying if you want to be relatable to everyone, well, everyone's probably on some type of countdown.
Sorry, guys.
No, but I mean, most people are like, fuck, I'm going to retire at this age.
It also depends what type of person
41.
you are. It's like, I don't think I ever recovered from losing the ESPN thing. Not that I want to work 2 full-time jobs, but I feel like I have too much time on my hands. I'm bored. I'm a little bored, right? My mom's the type where she worked her whole life and
Like I'm
took
thinking,
a lot of pride in it, was identified by it, and now she's bored. And then there's my Uncle Joe, who's like, "Oh no, I can't wait to retire." He was a cop, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm good."
I have
I'll
friends.
sit at
I have
home.
friends that are cops and
I'll do
firemen.
nothing.
I have a friend that is one of my good buddies.
I think I'd be very bored.
One of my good buddies is former military and and he's FDNY.
Understandably,
Yo.
you're like, I had enough.
He is my age, 42.
Yeah.
Within 5 years, I think he's able to collect 2 full pensions from the fire department and the military. And he's like, "Yo, I'll be making a ton of money doing nothing because he'll be collecting a military and a fire pension."
That's why my wife works for the federal government. She's getting that. She's going to be collecting that pension.
I'm a fan of working, even if you don't necessarily love it, because it keeps you going. I don't think my dad loves
You know what would keep you
delivering
going?
blood, but it keeps him going.
You know what
Keeps
I
you
would be-
purpose, keeps you motivated, keeps you active. And like I said, I think purpose makes you live and last longer.
I'd be if you told me today you're retiring today, be out on that river right there. I'd be up in those mountains doing hikes.
Yeah, but for what?
like
For
on
how
a
long?
tube, like on a tube
I'd read,
spot,
I'd
or
see
like
all
in a
these books
canoe?
over here. I've been meaning to read these books. Yeah. I'd sit in front of this delicious fire and I'd sit and read all of these books. Look at that. Look at
Yeah,
that.
but you get
That's probably a series of encyclopedias. I could learn all about the aardvark
Yeah, but again, Covino just
and
said it best.
ZZ Top.
Covino just said it best. Like a guy like Wes said on our in-show thread, he's going to retire from FedEx. His I guess you would say his thing matures, his pension or whatever it is would probably. He said 53 years old he could leave FedEx. Eddie, your DJ left what in his like 50s,
And they're probably going to start a chapter 2 of
His 150s.
still working. He's going to be a crossing guard or something. Wes is going to be a crossing guard.
Yeah, you
at
do.
53.
It's like you find other things to do.
Right.
But think about when you brought this up, I think about our LA office or when we worked in the LA office, when we went to work.
Yeah.
How often do you see older people at work? I never saw older people at work.
You work in the entertainment
I
industry.
know that. So I work in the entertainment industry.
Cousin Brucey.
So other than Cousin Brucey. So in my position, especially, I'm like, I don't see an old version of me walking around the office. So does that mean that my days are numbered in this business?
What about King Leo? King Leo was like 105 years old.
Maybe he's like an old guy that's not working now.
King
Is he?
Leo.
Like as the younger people come in, am I going to be the old guy? Am I going to be 60 years old?
I'm just wondering.
Pushing buttons?
I'm not saying you're out, Spot, but what I'm saying, are you going to look back one day and be like, and then from the time I was 47 to 67, I opened up a craft shop and I lived in the woods.
What made you think of this, by the way?
Only because
Crab shop.
we're seeing people we know in all like we were saying, there's people we know that are on the top of their game right now, and their trajectory is upward. And there's other people you know that it's like, wow, they got a good gig, but what are they going to do when that gig goes away? I think about that with like a Spot, not to call him out, but let's say like our good pal Scary Jones, who works for Elvis Duran.
Okay.
Elvis Duran's like,
He's a pop radio legendary name.
Elvis Duran's like the biggest top 40 pop guy in FM old school radio for iHeart. He's like he's not a young guy. Elvis Duran's married, has a husband. He has a dog, and he has like a ranch in New Mexico. There's gonna be a day
my
where
brother just appraised one of his houses.
Elvis Duran.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I was just at Elvis Duran's house, yo. I didn't know he made bank like that.
That guy makes like $5-10 million a year.
My dad threw, my brother threw. He's like, he makes like bacon. I don't know. He made some weird
Makes
reference.
like,
cheddar. He got bacon, yo. It's
got
like, I don't even know what
bacon
that
cheddar
means.
potato.
Gold toilet, yo.
Yeah, he's got bank. Yo, you don't make bank like that. I'm like, you're
No,
right.
no way.
I missed that boat.
So a guy like Elvis, so if he decides like in a few years from now, like, yeah, I got like millions, I got no kids, I'm living in a ranch, I'm done. What does a guy, like, what does our pal Scary Jones do? He was a producer for a top radio show.
Well, that was the whole Howard Stern story,
in a
right?
dying
Like,
industry.
when Howard Stern retires,
What does Richard Christie do?
what do all those guys do?
What does Jason Kaplan do, or Sal the stockbroker? What do those people do when Howard says, I'm done? Are they going to all get their own shows? That's not going to happen. So what happens? They just they become like, I work at a store.
Watch the JD show?
I work at a store, but you know what I used to do at a different time in my life? I was a radio producer. Yeah, like West the Crossing Guard.
West the Crossing Guard.
Some people have a chapter they don't even know yet. Is my point.
Creepy Old West?
Oh, at the middle school?
Yeah. Stay away from Creepy West.
It's a question just to ask yourself. What will you be doing in 20 years? Do you think you'll be in your career just doing something on a higher level, or do you think, for all you know, like,
I mean, radio is something that people do from home now. So I don't see myself as the old guy like Cousin Brucey saying, hey, cuz, in the hallway. I'll probably be doing something from my house.
even if you change careers, you would always do something probably in broadcasting.
Probably.
Like, even if you were also
Here's
like
the latest. I own a bar.
I
I wouldn't be playing the latest. I'd say, let's take a look back to 2000. They're called Disturbed. And then, I'd be playing the same. I'm going to be doing Cousin Brucey shit.
Yeah, you'll be the Cousin Brucey of
Yeah.
Turbo.
There you go.
I'll have like my old guy, sayings and things like that. Probably, I guess. I don't know. My goal is to make, again, I hope to hit the lottery. And,
You gotta play it to win
or
it,
the
though.
lottery of life, and then just tell everyone to lick my ass. That's my goal. So I don't see myself getting old and still working. I see myself making lots of money and just sort of doing what I want. And if that's working, that's cool too.
I just want to go to the gym every day.
To burn off the last night's dinner.
I mean, the reality is like Andrew hit us up.
I get swole. I want to be one of the swole old guys.
You can hit us up 412 the letter C in our show. He goes, it's hard to predict how some industries will change over the years, right? And other like
True.
if you're a dentist, there's a good chance in 20 years you're gonna be like, yo, in 20 years, guess what? I'll still be a dentist.
People still have teeth.
Yeah, you hey, I'm a pediatrician. Oh, guess what? In 20 years, I'll be a pediatrician. Same if you're an accountant or a lawyer. If you're right. If you're working in the entertainment space, if you told people 20 years ago that podcasting would be more popular than radio, they'd be like, haha, that's funny. 20 years ago, satellite radio was called a joke. There wasn't a Spotify and Pandora and satellite and Sirius XM. There was FM radio. So in 20 years, for all you know,
In 20 years, we'll all be in the metaverse.
you don't even know if you're going to work in the entertainment industry in 20 years. It's weird when your industry is
going
ever
to
changing.
I heard
parties
the
at-
Foo Fighters are playing a show in the metaverse this Sunday. I don't even know what that means, but they are.
We'll be having parties at Snoop Dogg's virtual house.
So
Instead of El Covino, I'm going to be Old Covino. It's
Yeah.
Old
Old-
Covino.
yeah, OL apostrophe.
O-L.
Oh, not L.
Old
Old
Covino.
Old Covino. Old Covino.
Oh, El Covino.
Going to take it back to the 90s. It was a good
You're old,
time.
Grandpa.
And this is Metallica.
Were things in black and white back then?
God damn it, it was the 1990s. No. That's going to be the show. Or maybe Rich and I are still, talking old guy stuff like the old guy Muppets.
Let me tell you about Beavis and Butthead.
Right.
They were the biggest stars.
I love Beavis and Butthead. I'm still hoping that, who's that guy?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch and Neil Patrick Harris play out the movie of Beavis and Butthead. I always see the meme that they should play the live action movie. I just wish they would, even if it was just for a little skit. I think NPH should do it. And Benedict Cumberbatch,
Well,
whose name sucks, by the way.
the reality is you
Why does it suck?
That name blows.
Benedict Cumberbatch sounds very royal.
Yeah.
Sucks
it's like
is
that
awesome.
Depardieu guy. Who's that? His
Gerard
name-
Depardieu.
Yeah, his name sucks too.
But for all you know, like you could probably always be doing some type of broadcast of something. But for all you know, you might be an old guy like being a greeter at like Costco.
Like, hey, it's good. Welcome to Costco. Let me take your receipts. Let me check. Oh, okay. We'll cross this off. Okay, good. You got this. All right. Have a good day.
You could be a Costco receipt guy.
We're showing the picture of Benedict Cumberbatch and Neil Patrick Harris as Beavis and Butthead. I'll be talking about that movie 20 years from now.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Let me tell you about my favorite movie, guys. Came out when I was in my 40s. It was Beavis and Butthead. Live action.
So dumb.
I'm hoping that happens one day. All right, so anyway, I mean, retirement, not some shit I think about. But I understand if you do, I get it. Not everybody loves what they do. I don't think about that ever. I do have friends that bring that shit up, and I'm like, you old motherfucker.
I bet
don't
you
think
most.
about that.
I bet you most people think about it a lot.
Yeah, I don't even
I mean, you just happen to. We happen to do something, that you enjoy. You chose wisely, I guess. But it's most people are like, damn, when was this over? Most people hate waking up and going to work every day.
Again, gives you purpose. I'm not saying live to work, but I think a lot of people would be bored. You're just figuring out, well, what am I going to do next?
Old dirty Covino.
Old dirty Covino. So,
OTC.
hey, I saw something yesterday. All in all, it was a night of reflection, good time. You're seeing, again, Rich said it, the paths that people take. We're talking about dudes that we worked with, and they're old guys now, right? Like, not us, like guys that were ahead of us.
Well, yeah.
They're old dudes now. I'm like, well, what are they doing?
And
then you see guys like Mark Zito, who worked for us. He's killing it, and he could eventually hire us one day at Sirius XM again.
Yeah, for all we know, he could be running the place.
Yeah, so it's. I mean, that's life. Don't burn your bridges.
Or your britches.
Or your britches. So I saw something on my way to dinner last night that really made me laugh out loud. I don't know why it's funny.
Was it Hobos and Tents? Because I saw a lot of those on the way to dinner last night.
They're just enjoying their last few days before they're swept under the rug for the Super Bowl. LA's doing a hobo sweep. Sweeping the hobos under the carpet. Because
is that hosted by Leslie Jones?
There's,
no, that's Supermarket Sweep. Got it wrong.
Hobo Sweep is hosted by Hobo Ted Williams.
Oh.
And you love it.
When you hear that beep.
Welcome to Hobo Sweep.
You know it's time for a Hobo Sweep.
Your sister said she's proud of you.
Why?
You love it.
She said, Steve, you had a guy's night. I'm proud.
Oh, yeah. I was
you went
matching
out.
helmets.
Yeah.
I had a guy's night on Saturday.
You know who was enthralled or super happy about that? Jordan.
Jordan was like gloating, watching.
He's out of the house.
She's probably
So
like
green.
loving Bachelor last night without me.
God.
She actually texted me. She's like, "You're missing the best Bachelor episode in a long time." I was like, "Oh,
Sweet. She missed
and I actually gave her a little zinger. I'm like, "Well, you're missing the feast that I'm having."
That's a zinger.
Wow, really showed her.
Hold on.
Good one, bro.
Man.
What I
hammered
did
that
notice
home.
when you talk about all the
I go, but I'm feasting like a king on the SXM dime. She's like, "It's the best episode in a long time."
seems like a really great interaction. I'm feasting. Yeah, well, this is a great show.
So I missed The Bachelor last night. So now I got Tuesday night plans.
Your sleep conversations are more enthralling than that.
I mean, we were at dinner. So was I supposed to engage?
So
Tell me more.
I heard something yesterday that I was like, "Ooh, is this eye rolling or does it make sense that it's insensitive to call them homeless?" That there's a new term going around.
By the way, I'm sorry to interrupt. Look at Stu Hot Weenie. Gotta have a hobby. He's right about that. His mom spends her days sailing and playing pickleball. I wish my mom did those things.
And her nights playing hide the pickle.
That's some rich lady stuff. Sailing and pickleball?
Right, Stu?
That's amazing. I mean, that's a dream. I mean, my mom would be so out of, "Mom, go out and play pickleball. Make some friends." She'd be like, "No.
That sounds
Go sailing, Mom.
That sounds so weird. Because
Sail away.
like that sounds so hilarious.
Sail, Mom. Just
Go.
sail." That's amazing, bro. That's like an exception, dude. Like, that's craziness to my ears. Think about that. That's the dream. And it sounds great, but that's not like
Why don't
the
you,
average sort of normal thing for most people.
When's your parents' anniversary?
Mine?
Yeah.
March
Why
6th.
don't you get together with all the kids and buy them a nice, like a cruise? Send them away. They need a vacation. Send them on a cruise.
He would never take my fucking handout in that way.
It's not called a handout. It's called a gift.
That's what my dad would. That's what my dad would.
I
Wait, hold
want
on,
your
hold on.
handout.
Hold on.
Oh.
You're trying to tell me
It's a
If
gift.
we all
if the,
chipped in
if the
or something,
siblings
yeah,
if
we
the
all-
siblings
maybe.
surprise your parents with an
Yeah, I don't
anniversary
want your
present,
handout. Yeah, I go when I want to go.
your dad would call it a handout.
Maybe. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
Hey, mom and dad, we surprised you for your anniversary.
I don't want your goddamn shit. I don't want anything from you.
Anyway.
You, and you.
That's a beautiful sentiment and
No,
a
it's a handout
wonderful
spot.
goal.
Don't do
but I mean, I think some people don't know what to do. Sailing and pickleball? Fuck, I'll sign up for that. But, you know, I don't see that in the cards for my mom.
Finish your hobo thought.
So anyway,
That's fine.
lots of hobos.
Um,
Sorry, I was reading feedback.
you said homelessness is a major problem,
Yes.
but to call them homeless is apparently insensitive because they're home. They have a home. It's the streets. They're houseless. So
Home is where the heart is.
home is what you make of it.
Home is hearth and home.
Home could be wherever you think it is, according to Billy Joel. You're my home.
Houselessness.
So it's a houselessness issue. They're not homeless. They got homes. Their homes is the tent under the 101 by your house. That's their home. They're houseless.
I went off this.
Homeless is the wrong word, apparently, that we all say. They're not homeless. They're dwelling deficient. They are without a home. Yeah, they have a home. Just their home is sadly not what a home should be.
I'm over people.
I'm more intrigued, though.
I'm sorry if I offended the homeless by saying that, but they offend me with their homeless hobo feet sticking out of their fucking plastic bags.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It really is.
Yeah.
I am sympathetic, but I'm sick of seeing it, to be honest. I mean, it's really horrible. It's like those gummy bears. Haribo. Haribo out here.
They are
I'm offended by that stench when I walk by. The houseless rancid ass.
You don't like how their house smells?
No, I don't.
Their home, I mean?
I know it's in bad taste to say these
Yeah.
things, but it's true.
So I had a question based on you just.
I'm a little offended when I'm like taking my daughter for a walk down the street and there's a guy there.
I got to.
So it goes both.
I gotta call
the
spot.
offense goes both ways.
I got to call out Spot because he just pulled what I call a Marianne. You just pulled a move my mom does all the time.
Spot?
Yeah.
Just now?
Just now.
Wow.
Spot, in front of us and knowing that your family will watch or listen to this at some point,
Yeah.
he said, "You know what you should do, Steve? You and your sister should all chip in and send your parents on a great vacation."
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, great idea, Spot.
Yeah, man. Why don't we all chip in like $5,000?
Yeah.
Great idea.
And what you're doing is you're throwing a nice sentiment out there.
They deserve it.
He's spending my money.
He's spending your not yet spending your money, but more so like being like, hey, here's a really sweet idea that you won't execute, but just to let it be known, if you were a good guy, this is what you would do. My mom.
And when you do it, it's my idea. Just so you know that 10.
Yeah.
I came up with it.
You know what you should, if you were a really good kid, Spot, if I was a really good kid, what would I do? When's your parents' anniversary? Next month.
I think the last time we did this, we sent my parents to Vegas for their, I don't know, 20th wedding anniversary?
It's a long time ago.
25th maybe?
How long
I
have
don't
they
know.
been married?
Probably almost
45.
45 years, yeah.
45 years.
20 years ago, huh?
I'm sure.
I think you're due.
Yeah, I definitely do.
Yeah, I don't want to. My feet hurt.
Dad, we're going to send you, you got to do a lot of walking.
Did your parents have a wedding or no?
Yeah, they had a wedding. What do you think?
You didn't have a wedding?
What do you think? They're like me? Yeah, they fucking got married.
What, didn't they get pregnant with you and then get married?
Yeah, and my mom used to say, "You were there." And I was like, "No, I wasn't." But I was.
Yeah.
In her belly, I was.
Yeah, so
She said, "You were behind the flowers." I'm like, "I was?"
My parents got pregnant with me and then got married because of me.
No, they were engaged.
And it was like a quick little
No, that's not what happened with my parents.
right.
My parents were engaged.
They were 20 and had you, so I thought it may have been a quickie.
And I was born in August. They were married in March. So you could do the math there. But they were engaged before they had me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, real nice wedding. Mariachis were there and everything.
Look, I didn't know.
My dad wore platform shoes like Pee Wee Herman, white platform shoes, pink tuxedos. He had like 70s disco hair. My mom looked beautiful.
Disco.
Yeah. Of course they were married.
But
They had a big wedding.
What Spot did was he threw a good idea on you that now, if you don't do anything like that, it just looks like you just didn't do anything.
Your parents will care.
My mother does this all the time. And
This is called, guys, the Marianne.
yeah, I'm in the car with Emmy.
Mm-hmm.
My mom calls. Answer. Hey, what's going on, Mom? How are you? Hey, Richie, blah, blah, blah. Did you see the Raiders did this? And, oh, I talked to your brother, and he did this. Where are you headed? Emmy and I am going to the supermarket. Oh, Emmy's in the car? Say hi, Grandma. Hi, Momo. Hi, Emmy. Emmy, what are you doing? Is Daddy getting you ice cream and going to the park? I'm like, no, I'm fucking going to the supermarket. Why would you on speakerphone in the car? Because now Emmy's like, oh,
Is
ice
Daddy
cream in the
taking you to
park.
Chuck E. Cheese?
You know what is Daddy? What are you and Daddy doing? Are you at the store getting stuff so you could make cookies with Daddy? No, that was not the point. Why are you saying this? What is she doing? That is what you call the Marianne.
So now she sort of forces your hand, or else Emmy, she plants the seed in Emmy's brain, obviously.
Hey,
guys.
Steve, what's going on?
Right. Hi.
Oh,
What's up?
I mean,
like
so you-
anything,
so you-
anything,
so you-
any social pressure.
so you don't love your parents? is
In
what you're saying.
a wedding, a gift. Talk to my mom in front of Jordan. My mom will probably ask you something about getting engaged or something. It's like, so Steve.
Thanks,
like,
Marianne.
Yeah. So it's the Marianne.
Yeah, you dumbass.
Richard hit us up saying he likes to do the Marianne to his brother to troll him. But yeah,
but
it's
your mom doesn't realize she's doing that. That's the thing.
Yeah. Oh,
Now,
Emmy,
now
what are you
Emmy's
doing?
dead set on ice cream, and Rich had no intention of getting.
Emmy, you want to take a ride with Daddy? Yeah, where we going, Dad? Take a ride. We'll get out of the house. We'll go to the supermarket, and we got to get some, I don't know, some lunch meat for your school sandwiches. So you want to take a ride? Yeah, sure, Dad. Get some Lunchables or something. Get some yogurts.
Lunchables.
Yeah, sure. She hates Lunchables. I thought kids liked them, so I got them.
Everything you need in one little
Yeah,
convenient box.
she's like, I don't like them.
It's like a bento box for
I
kids.
know.
How about animal crackers? She likes them.
We're not in the. That's not in the
It's
rotation.
a child charcuterie.
Did they take the animals out of the prison?
No,
They did, right?
No,
It's cruelty.
no.
Still got a lion.
I draw
in a
lines.
cage.
I draw lines on the front of my boxes just to like put them back.
So yeah, it's.
Lines.
I'll be
not lions.
headed to the supermarket just to get some yogurts and Lunchables or some shit, and my mom will be like, "Emmy, Daddy, oh, you know what you should do, Daddy? Like, why don't you take her to the circus? Like, what are you saying?"
Araceli Moreno
Stop
says
it.
Marianne is just being a grandma. But I think the reminder here is don't pull a Marianne. Like, don't be planting seeds where they shouldn't be planted. It's awkward.
So
You
are
know?
you sending your parents on a cruise next month?
Yeah, that's responded. It's like, oh, now,
10 wants to know.
yeah. Well-
She starting to pack.
I have to gather the siblings together. I put that on my sister Jen. She's good at that. Let her.
Whatever we do it. So you're the guy that's like, just tell me what I owe.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
you're so lazy. You won't do any of the legwork. Just tell me what my part is.
Because I know my parents. They don't want anything from me. My mom was very self-sufficient. I could plan my own vacation. Thank you. So, but you're right. They need a nudge. But don't pull a Marianne.
Yeah, don't.
The Marianne is a little like that's like
I
me being
know.
in the car. Hey, what are you up to? And I'm like, I'm with Melody. Oh, are you taking her to buy some school clothes? Like, no, I wasn't.
Why are you
Why don't you
so-
use that money I sent you to buy her some clothes? Like, no, it was,
All right, how about
that was
this?
not in my plan at all,
How
actually.
about this? Your mom loves the slots now. Why not just give them a weekend away in Atlantic City?
My mom's always loved the slots.
Send them to Atlantic City for the
They go
weekend.
to
Get
Atlantic
'em-
City all the time. And Pennsylvania all the time.
Yeah. Give them a trip to
They do.
Vegas. It's been 20 years.
They always do that. Yeah, it's been
Or
20
how
years.
about you let Steve do his own thing?
Exactly.
I know. Send them to what's that thing in Europe? The one in Europe, Monaco. Who has send them to
Monaco.
a casino in Monaco.
Oh, yeah, they would love that. Hey,
They would
this
love-
place
oh.
is fancy.
European tour.
My parents are very hard because I
On
don't
a
know what they
cru-
like. I
Yeah.
think I don't know. I think they want to go to Italy again. I think they like that.
Wouldn't that be a great gift to get them, Steve? Why don't you send them to Italy?
So what was the last one your mom pulled?
Send them to Little Italy.
You know?
No, it was the other day. I was in the car with Emmy getting something as simple as like, Sarah's like, can you get me some sesame oil or something at the supermarket that she needed?
Sesame oil.
Yeah, can you get me sesame oil and we need baby wipes and something else.
Look, his mom's calling. She's like, I'm in.
Steven, don't you dare plan anything for me. Yeah, and I'm going to the supermarket, and I think my mom pulled the whole, Emmy, what do you guys do? No, she said, are you guys going to get ice cream and go to the park? I'm like, neither one of those things were on my agenda, but thank you, because now Emmy's like, oh, the park. Can we go to the park, Dad? I'm like, the Marianne.
That's when you say, no. Beat it.
Nah.
No, that's it.
Now we're getting lunch meat.
We're
getting lunch
the
meat.
difference
That's
between
vital.
being a present grandparent and not present. Because if your mom said that there, like, oh, well, now you could take her.
Yeah, you could do it.
Now you could take her to the park. Great idea, Grandma.
Yeah, you haven't seen your grandkids in a long time, and you're too lazy to come out here.
Yeah, great idea.
Yeah.
Grandma, why don't you take her?
Hey, Emmy, if Grandma
Go take a walk.
if Grandma gave the effort to come out here ever, she could take you to the park.
So funny.
Have your parents come with me to spend money to send your parents to Bora Bora when I
Dude,
go.
I don't think my parents would want to do that.
Tell them to come
I really
with
don't.
me to Bora Bora.
But I could be wrong. I don't know.
Bora,
They have their own money, their own lives. They could figure it out.
They'll be fine.
They're not like old and decrepit yet, where I have to force them to do stuff. All right. Well, anyway,
I think your parents would love a trip to the Maldives. What a great gift that would be.
Have you seen the water there? It's beautiful. Don't they have bioluminescence there? You should go. Send them to the Maldives.
expensive.
It's only
Oh, by the way, update.
30-hour trip.
An update on my mom. By the way, I think that after all this time, I think she is days away from getting her closing date on her short sale, which she will then get.
You said a year ago.
But there was all mortgage
Your mom
companies.
sells shorts now.
Yeah, sure.
What, like your dad's from the 80s?
Yeah, the McEnroe ones.
I want my McEnroe shorts
These right here are vintage.
I'm selling them, Greg. You left them here.
Powder blue McEnroe shorts. You're selling?
If you have my Jimmy Connor signature series, I want them back pronto.
So
I'm selling them.
From what I understand, there's a bank has to. A short sale is not always so simple because they're all backed up. Plus, a bank has to agree with the lender and the contractor and everyone what the short sale price will be. Everyone has to sort of agree with it because the bank's getting fucked in a way, but they want something for the short sale, right? And then the person selling the short sale, they don't let you walk away empty-handed, so then they have to negotiate like, all right, well, you get to walk away with like $10,000 or $20,000 because they give you something. They give you something.
She's selling your Quicksilvers from 1985.
So it's it's a process, man. But
I've done it. It sucks.
Yeah,
donkey dick.
it appears as though she's in the final stretch, which means she'll be in Maryland, I believe.
Dude, not like I'm not trying to one up your story the way you do with me every time.
Oh, please do.
But not only did I have a short sale of my hard-earned money and work and efforts I put into buying my first home, but I had to pay the guy that bought my house an extra $10,000 and give him my bedroom set and everything inside just to take it. I was like,
please
take it. I'm drowning in this. I'm drowning because no one's working with me in life.
Forgot that.
Please,
I forgot that you had to pay him to do it.
All right. Let's say I paid $350,000 for my first house. Right? It was a condo. All the other places were exactly like mine, and everyone in that condo complex was also short selling.
Oh,
so I can't sell my house at regular price when everyone's selling it for $100,000 less, right? Why buy my house if they could buy the same exact one for $100,000 less? So I had to force my hand to short sell my property. Didn't want to. I could have held on to it, but again, I had no help, right?
And then I wonder.
So I sold it, but hold on.
Yeah.
Finally sold it to a guy for like $100,000 less than I paid for it, right? And then I had to give him $10,000 because he was about to back out because I had a fire. And I'm like, bro, hold on, don't back out, don't back out, please.
I'll give you 10 grand.
I gave him an extra $10,000 to take the house,
Please.
and then I gave him all of my fucking mint. Everything was in such great condition, furniture and like. Take it as is, bro. I got to get out of this fucking place. And he
Please.
did. Yeah. And it's sad because if you go to Zillow, right, and you search my old address, you see all of my shit. It's all my stuff.
Hold on.
But it's how I left it.
Do it.
No, all my old pictures are still there because that was the last.
You can't see any addresses or anything.
Yeah, let's see.
That's my old
Hold on.
kitchen.
I gotta pull it here.
Yeah, here's what I left.
He hasn't updated. It's very 2000s.
No, but this is all my own stuff.
This is all his stuff.
That was when my sister lived there. That's her bedroom.
Is this before or after the fire?
This is before the fire. That's all my stuff. I left it all there. Hey, dude, you
Except
can have my
the
whole
guitars on
90s
the wall.
room. All that stuff is my stuff.
That's the 90s room.
That's the 90s room of your old condo.
Listen, man, I'll give it to you.
Oh,
It's
there's
a pull-out
Melody's
couch.
Melody's little thing.
Yeah. Hey, man, you want see my runner there, that rug? You can have it, bro. It's on me. I was like, hey, you want this
Christmas time.
You want this Natuzzi leather couch?
You left the leather couch and the New York painting?
Actually, I sold the couch,
Did you
but
keep the
I
fish
left
tank?
the TV.
The fish
I left
tank.
that. I'm like, what do you want, man? What do you want to take this house?
Please.
What do you want? He's like,
And
house.
this is
He's like,
where-
I want your coat rack and your runners on your steps.
This
I
is
was like,
where
sure.
everyone takes off the shoes.
And then he's like, one last thing. That's my bed.
Oh,
Lick
did you leave the
my
giraffe?
balls.
He's like, I'm like, what do you want to keep? He's like, I'll take the bedroom set.
It's
I'm like,
weird.
you mean the fucking my dope ass bedroom set that I spent thousands of dollars on? Yeah, sure, you can have it.
And leave the sign that says
That's my
home is
melody.
where the heart is?
I swear to
Says
God,
my
I left that
melody.
entire set.
By the way, is that a photo of you and Layla?
Yeah, of course.
I want that too. What?
Yeah, I'll leave that Aztec. See that ivory Aztec
Wait,
thing?
hang on.
That ivory Aztec warrior next to the picture.
Oh, that?
Yeah, he probably has that too. I had to give this guy everything. I'm not. You laugh, dude.
Did you
and
leave the penguin
it's
cookie jar?
heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking.
We could laugh now. Oh, that's my old place, and that's all of my
Is
belongings.
this the TV that was like?
Yeah, I had to leave it. I left
20
it
years
there.
old?
The
Yeah, but that
guy
was that-
wanted the TV.
That
I was
old
like,
ass TV, good riddance.
I was like, if I give you the TV, are you gonna take this place off my hands? That's my bathroom. That's Melody's changing table. That's my guest bathroom.
I've peed in there.
That was Barry's shower.
that
but my
bathroom
sister.
always that bathroom smelled like weed because of Barry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my
Wow,
shower. I
man.
left. So in other words, guys, if you're playing along at home, this guy was like, he fucking had me by the nuts. So he was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy your house. Then he was like, yeah, maybe I won't. I'm like, no, I'll give you whatever you want. What do you want? My couch? What do you want? My bedroom? So you can have it. Because I was such a desperate asshole. That's why.
I don't know what you paid for it, but the Zestimate now.
Wait, hold on. Let's guess.
Okay.
So you paid
Like $345.
You said you paid $345, but had to sell for $2 something in a short sale.
$260 something.
I bet you because of real estate and the boom and everything, I bet you it's $389. I bet.
It's $388.
Are you serious?
Yes, it's $388, $300.
guy
Oh
knows.
my God,
This guy knows.
That's
So anyway,
insane.
not to one up Rich's
I was gonna say
mom's
because
story.
I bet you it's
jeez.
it's a townhouse outside the city. I was gonna guess
Wow.
about $350 to $400.
The short sale process
it's got a
was
good
the
sun
worst.
number.
And I had to pay a lawyer to keep me on track all the while so that it didn't affect my credit, which it didn't. I still have really great credit. My hand was forced.
That doesn't matter now.
It doesn't matter now.
Why don't
But
you buy a
like I
house?
said, not to one up.
Yeah.
Not only did I have to short sell the property, I had to pay the guy again. And I left some really nice things behind because I didn't want to deal with it, and B, it secured the guy from for keeping it, or else he was going to back out. It was the worst.
$389.
Man,
I am like a human Zillow. I'm pretty good with that shit.
that is pretty
Spot
good.
my old
Yeah,
address.
but don't trust the Zestimate. You
Spot.
can't really trust.
Look
a
up. I'm
Zestimate.
curious.
pretty
The
impressed.
house I lived in Staten Island. I'll text you the address. The house I lived in Staten Island with my ex Chris. Remember, I bought a house and sold it. Let's see.
So yeah, those were all my. By the way, if you're watching on tier 2, you just got a real fucking glimpse of. Those were all my things.
This was my life.
I don't have any of those things anymore. Not to mention all the things I had in Los Angeles. I don't have any of those things anymore. Those things, unfortunately, keep me up sometimes. I'm like, what happened to that stuff?
Yeah, but you know
I
what?
don't
You
know.
can't think of that that way.
It's easy for you to say.
Yeah, but I'm saying like it's.
I had
look,
like so much shit, dude. I don't even know.
But
I don't
look at
even
it like you're in
remember
a
what
different
happened
state.
to
You're
it.
in a different part of like you were with Layla going
You
back
act
and
like
forth
it was
to New York.
like super long. It wasn't that long ago, dude.
Your daughter's gonna be 13 this year.
Yeah.
The picture has a changing table in it.
Yeah, but I was years later.
I know,
bro.
but what I'm saying,
It's not like I was
we're,
still
you know,
changing
we're
her.
a decade removed.
She was 7.
You're a decade removed, almost.
She was 7 when those pictures were taken.
When did you sell the house? You sold the house when we were at SNY. So what? 7 years
That's
ago. Yeah,
2014.
7 years. Yeah, 7, 8 years ago.
Wow.
Remember, you had like you buried the little statue.
Yeah. So that was the house. That was my house, my townhouse in Union, New Jersey.
Look at it from the perspective of it wasn't a hot commodity. While it is $389 now, the fact that you bought it for not much less than that in the 2000s shows that they overdeveloped that area.
Yeah.
Rich, you should have maintained this investment.
The one in What in
Are you looking
Staten
at
Island? Look at my Staten Island house.
Yeah. There's no photos though.
There's no photos?
Nah. There's no active listing on it.
Rich wanted to show
Just
off his
just the
decor.
street view, and the street view is a tree.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the street view. That's it.
Yeah. That's it for that house?
Yeah.
Remember that house, Covino?
Yeah, of course I do.
Staten Island?
I could go to Google Maps and find the actual street view if you want.
Yeah, do that. I'm curious what it looks like down myself. But we spent my ex and I. I'm pretty sure we paid
I can tell you.
We paid $550 and sold for $570. You tell me the Zillow.
You paid $575.
I paid $575.
And you sold it for $6.
All right, so I bought it for $575, sold it for $6 in what year? 07, right?
07.
I bought it in 05.
Yeah.
For $575, sold it in 07. 2 years later for $600.
By the way, the closing date was your birthday in 05.
Yeah, I know.
I just told you how I had to pay $10,000 for someone to take my place and give away all my things.
Trying to one up you.
And you're trying to tell me about all the money you made on your house?
All the money, $25,000 in 2 years, and we put more into it. So
you made a profit.
No, I did not make a profit.
Yes, you did.
A profit of $25,000 over
That's
2 years.
That's a profit.
When you
made a $50,000
closing
profit.
costs and everything, it was a break-even moment.
You made a profit. Like, how is it even in the same conversation?
I mean, the conversation was about my mom's house, then it turned to you, and then we're just
No, it was about a short sale in the process, and you're talking to me like I don't know anything about it.
This is awkward.
I did it. It sucked.
Right,
and then we're just talking about the profits he made.
Oh, here's your house.
Profits.
It was. You made $50,000.
It was a $25,000 profit, but with closing costs, there's no profit because closing costs, and we put money into the house too. By the way, it wasn't like, it wasn't a profit. It was probably a break even.
Here's your house.
Yeah, that was the house.
I remember the house. That's where Rich jumped into the bushes.
Oh yeah. By the way, if you go to the corner, remember the story about how I laid in the bushes because I was desperate and
where?
sad. That corner right there. Go straight to the right. There were bushes in the corner over there. See that bush right there by the fence? No, other side. Right there.
This bush?
Yeah, I was laying in that bush.
This is the bush?
Yeah, that was the bush I was laying in.
Oh, man.
Because I wasn't allowed to be in the house for the open house.
That's so funny.
I paid $575, sold for $6.
Why not this bush? It's bigger.
What is it now, Spot?
It is.
Let me guess. $780.
The Zestimate is
$780.
$874.
Damn. $874.
Wow.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Made $300,000.
So, hey, as I look back down memory lane,
Mm-hmm.
short selling sucks. That was a weak experience. And I'm glad Rich's mom is finally moving on because that, as my mom always says, what does she always say? It's like an albatross around your neck. It's just weighing you down. It's just weighing your mom
You
down.
still have that giraffe?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
I have it now. It's in my house. Swear to God. Melody had 2 of them. She had one in L.A. and one in New Jersey. And she still has the one from New Jersey.
But no one's had a worse short sale experience other than you. Definitely my mother. My mother,
dude, I was paying a lawyer
just to show
for
you,
years.
like when we're talking about responsibility and irresponsibility, or just not necessarily that, but just bad decisions. My parents got divorced, and the deal was when my youngest sibling, was out of college. My mom had to either buy my dad out of his half of the house, or they were going to sell it and split it, and that was sort of like the divorce deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think my mom sold my childhood house for, let's say, $500. And they only paid like $100 for it in the 80s. So my dad and mom got to walk away with money each. My mom took all that money and put a down payment on a bigger house on Long Island when her kids were grown. So it's like, your kids are growing up.
And a boat. Oh, no, that was...
Oh, that's when my grandparents...
When
my grandparents passed away, she used that money to buy a boat and like Mets tickets, season tickets.
What's that about?
So it's like every poor decision you could have made...
Wasn't that the name of it?
Was made. What's that about? Yeah, it was.
She named it.
What's that about?
But imagine getting money for a house and then being like, oh, instead of downsizing and being smart with it, let me use the whole sum of money to put a down payment on a bigger house, even though my kids are all grown up and out of the house. So that's my mother bought this house on Long Island. I'm guessing, Spot. Hold on, I'm going to give you the address. Can you look at the search history?
Yeah.
my mom bought a house and she's walking away with nothing. So that's she's walking away with like moving cost fees and, like here's a little money. Like, like I said, they negotiate something. It's court spot, by the way. But it just shows you that like my mom's finally going to get out of this house, walk away with really not much.
Yeah, but
get
she's
the apartment.
lifted of this
But
burden.
Then I wonder,
it's a burden.
At what point do I
start
taking? At what point do I start taking some of my money back? Because I lent her stuff that she's like, I promise I will totally pay you back. Do you take money from someone that doesn't have a lot of it?
So you want to know the price history? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, there had to be like, what did she buy it for? Maybe in like the 2000s.
All right. It was sold in 06?
Maybe, right?
All right, for $589.
She bought it for $589, and like houses there are like not even close to that now because of like.
I mean, the Zestimate's high, but
the house, yeah, it's not. It just getting out of a short sale. 2 years later,
it's a nightmare.
Yeah, it's a nightmare that every day I'm like, did you hear from the bank? Did you hear from your person? Did you hear from the bank? Because any day now. And I told her, I was like, do you want me to come to New York and help you get this stuff to your apartment in Maryland or whatever you're doing? She's like, oh, we'll see. And I'm like, I don't know. She's still living in that like, we'll see world. And I'm like, we'll see. What are you going to do? So there's a Marianne update. My mom is going to get a closing date. If that closing date's in March, I'm like, does that mean on a random day in March, I'll be like, guys, I'm doing the show from New York. I'm going to go help her move. Or do I just let her like, whatever you're going to do.
Depends. What's that waste of space doing?
He's in the mix.
Is he helping?
He's been doing construction gigs. He's working. I guess, so he's doing something.
Well, I take it back then.
Yeah.
What a guy.
What a guy.
What a guy.
I
was just backing you up.
No, I know. I'm wondering.
I always thought Butch was a great guy.
Do I? No.
What
Do
a
I?
guy.
Listen. If they move to Maryland and they're working and they're living near my brother,
Well, I'm sure he'll help.
Is this a good?
Oh, when I said waste of space, I meant your brother.
Is this a good opportunity for me to finally see my brother's house and then invite myself?
You've never been to your brother's house?
You never invited us.
Oh, come on. You don't need an invite. You need an invite?
Am I going to be the one that's like, Jimmy, let me come to Maryland? Like, you don't think he'd be like, hey, we're doing something, like, come here?
I guess. But I don't think you need an invite.
So, yeah, maybe I'll do a couple days on the road in March or so. Who knows? If maybe it's my nice effort to help my mom move into her place or something.
Maybe you do Behind a Velvet Rope with
Butch.
With Butch. Do like a ride along. You can hold on to his
Butch.
Get on the
step
motorcycle.
on it.
Hop on the hog.
Hop on the hog, Rich.
No.
I was always waiting for this bonding moment with you, little buddy.
Man, maybe we could bury the hatchet.
You mind if I call you son?
No, can do, but maybe we can bury the hatchet.
It's all right. You can call me dad if you want.
Let me show you some life on the open road.
Clearly, we're never going to see eye to eye on things, but I am with your mother.
That's great. Do you sit in a sidecar or do you like hold on to his
I'm going to buy him a sidecar for,
that's
just for
nice.
this, yeah.
That's great. Yeah, this is going to be a great Behind the Velvet Rope. I would sign up for tier 2 right now.
So, yeah, if you want tier 2, I'm imagining sometime in March. When would they, if they give my mom a closing date in the next week or so, what is it usually? A month, right? 30 days out. You close within a month usually. Which means maybe in March, I'll take a little 3-day weekend or maybe a couple days during the week to get in a moving van and get all her shit from Long Island to Maryland and help her settle into an apartment, which...
Oh, and you can send the Covinos to Maryland for their...
yeah, for their anniversary. For their honeymoon, yeah.
I'm sure my mom would be thrilled. So anyway, moving on. That's a great update because we haven't heard about your mom in a long time.
No, I mean, it's you can't force people to do things, but if she's going to move there and want to be in Maryland, and yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah, I've never been to my brother's house, man. He's been there.
I knew that, but I forgot. Like I would have assumed by now you were there, but then it makes sense. He
may have lived there 4 to 5 years now, but the reality is like, I've been out in LA for 5 years. And every time I go back to the East Coast, like we'll both go to New York at the same time to see like my parents.
I mean, my family never saw like my last 3 places, I think.
Yeah.
2 places. Yeah. Distance sucks.
Yeah. But it's kids and family, if people are in different places, unless my brother was like, here's what I'm waiting for. And I'm not waiting for this like out of spite. I'm not pulling like, oh, I'm not going to go until I'm invited. I'm not doing that. But what I'm saying is, if my brother said, hey, everyone, group text or something, we're thinking about hosting Thanksgiving. You guys are all welcome in Maryland. Then that's a reason for me to hit up my sister and mom and be like, oh, cool, we're all going to go to Jimmy's for Thanksgiving. I'm not going to just randomly hit up my brother and be like, hey, so like, you've never really invited me, but like, yeah, I'm just going to like fly out to Maryland and like crash at your place. Cool? Like, don't you sort of have to be invited?
Yeah,
for
I
a
guess
holiday or an event or something, right?
I mean, I think so.
Yeah, I mean,
but you could also like just talk it out, like, hey man, I want to come by.
Yeah.
Then see what he says.
Yeah. I'm fighting the good fight, Richard. You're right. I'm fighting the good fight. I'm trying to do a lot of people that are dealing with parents that, you know, hit a certain age and they need, you know, assistance with certain navigating moments of their life. Like, I just want my mom to be in an apartment with everything running properly. Like, no worrying about her TV or bills or gas or electric or this or all the little issues she's had at a house. I just want her to live a normal old lady life in an apartment with her part-time job and her Social Security and just existing.
She could be a lunch lady or something.
Be a
lunch lady in Maryland.
No, she wants to.
I made it extra sloppy for you.
My mom wants to go back to a job she had back in the day, and I'm like, do it, fucking do it. Stop talking about it, just do it. She used to work in the plant section of like Home Depot or Lowe's, like the gardening section. I'm like, go back.
Is that why you're so passionate about your flowers?
Yeah, I'm like, be the old
That's why
lady.
he has such a green thumb.
I was like, be the old lady in the gardening section of Home Depot.
Or if she's
Do
moving
it.
to Maryland, have her go work for a crab house so you can get your lump crab cakes on standby.
My mom could be a crab fisherman.
She could be
fisher woman.
She could be a crab connoisseur,
So
like her son.
there you have it, Spot. There's the update.
That's a major life update, guys.
Yeah.
All right, so to more fun conversation because actually, that's nice conversation. But I feel bad about all the things that your mom had to go through.
I just want
feel
her to
bad about
live,
all the things I had to go through.
I just want her to live a normal life. And like, I just feel like my mom is very easily tricked. So like so many times along the way, there'll be like I'm sure you dealt with the short sale. There's schemesters that are like, well, we could sell your house for this and you could get this and that, and like my mom falls for trickery.
I hear she went on a date with the Tinder swindler.
My mom would fall for the Tinder swindler. That's the thing. My
Got
mom
a-
would.
she's
Got
so
a Tinder
hard up.
swindler update in the Rando News.
Oh, okay.
We'll get to that.
all right, so
anyway,
there you go. That's the update.
Major life updates on the Covino and Rich show. Hope you enjoyed. Hopefully, it's relatable to
Richie
some.
wants to fly me all over the world.
I got to give you a little peek into my life and what happened to me along the way. So I hope you enjoyed that. As much as I enjoyed this video, I was gonna mention this video before. Remember, it's something I call a Vato encounter.
Oh,
I like this shit was funny, man. Here's why though. There's something so behind the velvet rope and interesting about it. There's this Mexican guy. I don't know how this friendship began, but it's a video that's gone viral in the barrio. It's like all the Mexican social media pages that I follow have posted this. Like Foo's Gone Wild. You follow Foo's Gone Wild?
Of course I know Foo's
Mexican
Gone Wild.
Problems. All of these, fun websites have posted this video and it's gone around the barrio circle.
I follow a lot of the
Foo's
workouts. Who's my
wild.
favorite workout guy? The
Creeper.
Creeper.
Yeah. So
Fitness. Vato Fitness.
if you're into, Vato videos, this one went viral. And I thought it was kind of funny because let me at least just set it up.
Vato videos.
If you follow Vato videos and get Vato video alerts like I do on my Google alerts.
They're not viral videos. They're Vato videos.
Is that a video store in the barrio back
Yeah,
in the day?
Vato videos.
Like, we don't go to Hollywood video homes. We got a Vato video.
There's a guy, he's like, yo. And he's like, his English is very broken. He's like, yo, I'm here with Mel Gibson, right?
Mel Gibson.
Yeah,
Mel
Gibson. And he's taking a selfie video.
Mel Gibson.
And he's like, Mel Gibson. And then he shows the camera on Mel Gibson. And you're like, is that Mel Gibson?
No, it is Mel
And
Gibson.
it's really Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
And then this fucking interaction is so priceless because you're seeing Mel Gibson in a real life moment filling his tires up with air while talking to this Mexican guy. He's like, and this Mexican guy's so intrigued as to
Patriota.
why Mel Gibson.
Patriota.
Like, why are you here, Mel Gibson? You're alone. Like, what's going on? Is it really you, Mel Gibson?
And you see this weird conversation and encounter between some
Mel
random
Gibson.
vato and a megastar in Mel Gibson. And it's such a cool interaction that I wanted to share with you. It is simply just that. It's a viral video that you might not see because you don't follow these pages.
Yeah, you're not on the Vato scene like Covino.
But this shit is funny. It's a random Vato who's really excited to meet Mel Gibson, and to see Mel Gibson's interaction is also what's really funny about it.
Mel Gibson.
I am here helping my friend Mel Gibson, el del Patriota. Mel Gibson. Are you Mel Gibson? Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes. El del Patriota.
The Patriot.
You perform in the Patriota? Yeah. Movie, the Patriot?
That's it.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Long time ago.
Long time ago, yeah.
Mel Gibson.
Why are you alone?
Huh?
Why are you alone?
Why are you?
I am alone because I'm not famous.
By the way,
I like being alone.
Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, my God. This is a lucky day for me.
Lucky day for me.
No.
Yeah.
What if I rob you?
Yeah, you are Mel Gibson.
I just need to. Hey, can you shine that light on this? On the pressure gauge?
Okay, let me help you.
So this guy's helping Mel Gibson. He goes,
I'm not gonna
lucky day for me. He goes,
What if I rob you?
and then he's like, help me out here, Vato. It's fucking something so charming about that video to me. It makes me laugh.
Why are you here alone? Hey, what if I rob you?
By no means am I a vehicular expert.
Yeah.
Obviously. But it just doesn't sound like the air is actually going in the tire. It sounds like it's just coming. There's air just coming out. Like, you know how when the
Vato came to the
you
rescue.
know how when the nozzle connects to the tire
And you're not getting it?
all you hear is
Let me help you.
Yeah,
So
when
you
you're
just
hearing that means the air's coming out.
that means the air is coming out into the tire. When you hear air,
helping my friend. That's when he helps him and saves the day.
Hey, you know what? I think I'm messing up here. Give me a little light there, Vato.
Now think about this story. Luckily, he has some of it on video.
Why are you?
I am alone because I'm not famous.
I like being alone.
Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, my God. This is a lucky day for me.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What if I rob you?
that's the
Lucky
best.
day for me, Mr. Gibson.
Look at his face.
Why would
What
you
if I rob
rob me? What do you mean rob me? I'm making a joke. Oh, yeah. Funny, Mr. Gibson.
Also, why did
Lucky
he put
day.
why did he put the Mel Gibson over his face?
That shit is so fucking funny to me. But think of his story, though. He's like, yeah, the Patriot, right? And they're like, no
Patriota.
way you met Mel Gibson. I did. I got the video. Now he has this story of the day he saved Mel Gibson because they're like, you ain't helped Max. Yeah, I saved his life. No, you didn't. I fixed his tire. I did too.
Lucky day for me.
Lucky day for me. He said he was going to rob me, but he didn't. No way. Yeah, for real. So here you go. This random Vato ends up helping out Mel Gibson.
I love
They
it.
probably fucking fist pumped and pounded it in, brought it in, bro hugged, mashed some helmets, and they went on their day. And that's an amazing story. I thought it was great.
You, Mel Gibson.
For all I know, this is when the friendship began, and now they're BFFs. I don't know.
I don't know. It's
I don't know how
it's
it
a
ended.
lucky day.
But I like to think that he went back to his family and was like, I saved his life.
What if I rob you?
Yeah.
That is the best.
Remember
That's
the guy that couldn't speak English that stopped to help me with my Mini in the middle of the road?
Yeah.
That's that guy.
Yo,
He was like, lucky day, I met Mr. Belvedere.
by the way,
Are you Spot?
I am in no business
Covino Rich?
of
Spot?
defending Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Yes,
But that was a real moment where I thought to myself, he does seem like a good guy, but he got a lot of shit back in the day for not being such a good guy, right? So, you know, we know that Mel Gibson could say some shit, and we know that he could be an angry man. In this moment,
I wouldn't mess with him. Honestly, I
me
wouldn't
a
go up
friend.
to Mel Gibson out of fear.
Yo, is that really Mel Gibson?
yeah, Mel Gibson. That shit is funny. So anyway, random Vato video that might have gone under the radar if I didn't share it today.
Sorry.
I love it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What if I rob you?
That is funny.
His face is
That
the
shit
best.
is funny. Though. What you mean rob me? For what? So anyway, that's I call
Patriota.
a Vato encounter on the Covino and Rich show.
Who was it? Oh, Jason hit us up with
I hope that's as funny as I thought it was.
Yeah, Jason hit us up. Do you remember the time? So I tried to Google the picture where some guy passed out. He was drinking, and Tom Hanks took a picture with his drunk body.
That shit is funny, man. I think that was
Bill Murray's known to do that type of stuff. Like Bill Murray has been known to.
He'll just show up at random parties.
But I think Bill Murray's
good with
isn't
that.
his gimmick like
Tom
Bill,
Hanks is good with that.
No, but Bill Murray, I think his gimmick is he'll do something ridiculous, like show up at someone's table, and like
eat their fries.
no,
or
like
something.
eat a French fries, and be like, no one will, and we'll be like, no one will believe you that Bill Murray stole your French fries, like shit like that. But yeah, there was a guy. I'm pretty sure.
Imagine if this guy didn't have the video though. How his friends would react to the story.
Look at this guy. This guy was passed out drunk, and Tom Hanks happened to be in this restaurant.
There's a random encounter.
That's rich.
That's hilarious.
Passed out.
Yeah, but thank God this guy had the video though, and really did take a risk because Mel Gibson, from what we know, could be an angry guy.
Mel Gibson was great in Daddy's Home too.
Yeah. What if I rob you?
His face. That's just the best. That is the best. That's by far the best line in the whole thing.
What if I rob you?
But imagine if that guy didn't have the video and he's telling his homies, "Yo, I swear it was Mel Gibson. Yo, it wasn't Mel Gibson. I swear it was Mel Gibson."
After
Mel
he delivers
Gibson?
that joke, he's like, ah.
Mel Gibson? Oh, sure, Mel Gibson. I believe you.
No, I don't believe you. Mel Gibson? No.
Like Bird on a Wire, Mel Gibson? You like the Patriot?
the brave corazon, Mel Gibson?
Yeah,
that was a long time
ago. Weapon?
I mean, yeah, that was a long time ago. Hey, shine that light over here, will you? So funny fucking video I saw.
Brave
and it went again.
corazon.
It was I saw this and so many people ended up sending it to me.
You're Vato News.
Yeah, man.
You
Vato,
need
so
to
that's
get
your
it out
Vato
there.
News.
Foo alerts.
Foo's gone wild.
Foo's
man.
gone wild. That's
Foo's gone wild.
Foo alerts.
Foo alerts.
Foos alerts.
Man, come on.
Fugal Foos alerts. You're on Fugal, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Evo La Real 584 who also sent it to me this morning. But I was showing these guys last night. So thank you for enjoying that story. Just hey, again, a story of friendship.
I'll back it up. Our buddy Franz hit us up, and he makes a good point. What's charming about it is that Mel Gibson knows he delivered a funny one-liner, like, what if I rob you? That's why he has the lever.
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, I was trying to put my finger on
It's Mel Gibson
why it's
knows.
charming.
Mel
Maybe
Gibson
that's it.
knows he delivered a good one-liner, and that's why he's got that funny smile. He's like, hey, Mel Gibson, why are you here alone? What if I rob you? Ha ha. Just kidding. No, I'm not.
Lucky day for me.
I don't know. Yeah. What if I rob you?
Good one, Mr. Gibson.
You like
Thank you, so you funny.
And then he told me a joke. Man, we were like best friends for one night.
You know what? No, it really.
You
made
ain't
me,
never met Mel Gibson. I did.
No, it really made me laugh the most though out of the whole clip.
I don't know. Something about it is funny.
What made me laugh the most? It's just the delivery of the innocence and sweetness of when the guy's like, lucky day for me.
Look at Spot. Go back to the very beginning of the video. Look how happy he is.
Oh, and he's doing
to
the
be on
selfie pose like,
yo, I'm here with Mr. Gibson. Look at that. Look at his face.
Wait, hang on.
This shit is great. You know, that's the power that celebrities have. Though. You make someone's day.
Helping my friend Mel Gibson. El del Patriota. Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson.
The Patriot.
Are you Mel Gibson?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I'm so happy.
So happy.
Looks like you.
This is the greatest day in my whole life.
By the way,
It looks like you a little bit.
Dude, honestly, there's something about it.
It looks like if you and Handsome Gabe had a baby.
I love it.
Yeah, let me tell you,
I think it's a great story, and I hope
from
they're
now
friends.
on, when something good goes right,
Yeah.
that's my new favorite line.
I think Ellen should bring them back together for like a little reunion.
Lucky day for me is my new favorite phrase.
Lucky day for me.
Lucky day for me,
Yo,
Mel
come here.
Gibson.
How's your day, man?
Lucky day for me.
Lucky day for me. I went to Chipotle and they didn't charge me for guacamole. Lucky day for me.
Oh, what if I rob you?
Hey, shine a light up.
So anyway, a Vato encounter. That's straight from the Vato news desk. Thank you for watching Vato News. So yeah, Mel Gibson is kind of ripped. Yeah, he looks good. I agree, Richard Black. Richard. So hey, I'm glad you liked it. I thought maybe I was just in the moment and liked it myself. So I'm glad you guys liked it.
Good video.
All right, you know what? Let's get into the actual rando news.
All right,
Cool with that? 'Cause I'll give you a few stories.
Let's go.
All right. Let's get into the rando
Let's
news.
effing go.
Rando news. That's the happiest Vato in the
Happiest
barrio.
Vato in the barrio.
The happiest.
You
Vato.
and
Yo, man.
Handsome Gabe.
Yo, I met Mel Gibson last night. No, you ain't never met Mel Gibson. Yo, for real, his tire was broke. I fixed it.
Lucky day for me.
You don't even.
Oh, yeah.
I
Why
like
are
being
you alone? He goes, why are you alone? He's like, because I'm not famous like you.
Lucky day for me.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What if I rob you?
I think it's good PR for Mel Gibson.
Oh, yeah.
He looks
all
like
right.
he's likable.
He's
That's the most likable Mel Gibson's been in years.
For real.
Right?
Honestly, that's something that did stick out to me. I'm like,
He's a man of the people.
Mel Gibson, I kind of liked him in that video.
He's a man of the people.
It was like a real moment. I feel like that was a real moment. So anyway, hey, Carrie loves that story. So did I.
Rando news?
It was so simple, but I loved it. Rando news of the day. Let's effing
Does
go.
your first story have to do with anything sports related?
Nope. Let's go.
Lucky day for me.
Welcome to Lucky Day News.
Because story one's about Tom Brady, and he's not an athlete anymore, Spot. He's a fashion designer. Tom Brady saying never say
this
never.
is sports.
I know. Spot, I don't have the story. It was just joking. Tom Brady said never say never.
Okay.
As far as will he ever play in the NFL again?
I know.
Never say never.
I know.
All right.
Actually, some of my stories are kind of stupid.
Bring him.
You? No.
Bring him.
Well, that's kind of what we do here on the Rando News, right? We're trying to have fun. You don't want to talk about Brian Flores again, do you? Fuck that story. It's just nerve-wracking. I will touch on it, though. Red Hot Chili Peppers are in the news. A doobie-doo, y'all. A Scooby-Doo. California. Red Hot Chili Peppers have a new album, right? They have a new song called Black Summer.
Okay.
I just got to read you this headline because it intrigued me. It intrigued me. So I'm like, okay.
Did you send me a link?
Anthony Kiedis debuts hot and confusing Irish accent. I'm like, what?
I delivered a hot and confusing steamy this morning.
I'm like, excuse me? Say what again?
Okay.
The reviews were like, yo, John Frusciante's back on the new album. First time in like 16 years or something ridiculous like that. The whole band is back. Chili Peppers are back. New song is great. But Anthony Kiedis debuts hot and confusing Irish accent. And I'm like, how's that even a thing? So anyway, I got to say that I had two first reactions. Wow, I think the Chili Peppers have done it again. This is a really good song. Sounds cool. John Frusciante is magic on the guitar. Like it sounds like
It's an actual headline, huh?
It sounds like classic Chili Peppers. Like, man, can they still bring a hit? That'd be cool. And then I'm confused by Anthony Kiedis' mustache. Like that shit has to go in the worst way. And then I'm also like mad that he's ripped still. I'm like, how's this fucking guy? He has like Iggy Pop syndrome where he's still ripped, but he's old now with a mustache. The mustache is really throwing me off. But I was really feeling the music. And then all of a sudden, I don't know if it's like a famous thing or it's like, I don't know how the rest of the band just looked at him and was like, oh, so you're going with the Irish thing? Okay.
Yeah, I'm still trying to take in that headline. Irish accent?
You really have to like listen. Because at first I'm like, all right, it's a little exaggerated. But then he throws words out there in like he's doing a Lucky Charms impression or something. And it's like, what is that? And it works.
Sort of like Poncho.
And the news, like the music news is like, yeah, I dig it, but I don't get it. But I dig it. And it sounds good, guys. It really does. And I'm not being the old guy stuck in my time warp. I think the song sounds pretty cool. It's called Black Summer. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Chili Peppers are back. Yo, it's Anthony Kiedis. My lucky day. What's your theory?
I'm looking up other Scottish singers, by the way.
Never know.
No, dark
Like
side
Irish.
of the moon.
In the dark side of the moon.
Moon.
I'm trying to think if there's other artists. I have a theory of what he's going for. But
Sweet.
Or is it he's so worldly now?
Flagged.
That's like Madonna, right?
Yeah.
I'm going with the Madonna thing
yeah,
of
of course. Back in the day, she had a British accent.
all of a sudden she just developed an accent and she'll be criticized. But again, she's worldly and was probably living overseas at the time. I don't know that, but I'm assuming.
What singers do you hear the accent? Because there's a lot of times where
Dolores O'Riordan.
like a singer will be foreign, but their singing voice sounds very Americanized.
Elvis Crespo?
Bjork.
Have you ever heard his version of Hey Dude?
Hey, dude. Hey, dude.
Elvis Crespo?
Like Spot, probably the most popular current Scottish or Irish singer is Lewis Capaldi. Do you hear his Scottish in there?
No, I mean, that's what's interesting
It's
about Green
someone
Day,
to
right?
love. That's him, right?
Green
It's
Day-
someone to love.
Green Day is a California band, but they somehow have some sort of English accent,
Right.
right?
Lewis Capaldi.
Most English people lose their accent when they're singing.
Do you hear any Irish when Lewis Capaldi sings, or Scottish? And allow me to love somebody to leave.
I don't know, but that song, to me, it hits. It just has that weird Irish thing
when
going
you
on.
hear...
yeah, is it a sea shanty?
Spot, that's...
I will never do.
Taco Ren just said that.
Yeah, that was my theory. My theory was, over the last year or so, a trend was people seem to really gravitate towards that. And Rich come down.
It's just it's so funny.
You know what? Yeah.
And my theory is that the Red Hot Chili Peppers are trying to capture not the whole sea shanty vibe, but when you think of the most popular social media videos, they had that sea shanty vibe. It
works, man.
And it worked. So
it works.
But to see the name of the ship was a belly of tea.
Throw some Frusciante guitar over that.
Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the time is done, we'll take our leave.
So now that you played the sea shanty, like I said, now play the Frusciante again. The
Frusciante hits.
It
sounds so good, man. But please, for a minute though, like put yourself in the mindset of the band for a minute and just think about it. And like think of how they talked out the video too. And Keith is like, "Yeah, I'm gonna show up with my mustache. It's gonna work, guys. Trust me." Yeah, all right, cool.
There once was a hater of the moon.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't pay too much.
So anyway, Chili Peppers are back all over the music news.
But I would say, considering that the sea shanty that Spot played, was probably one of the top 10 videos of 2021.
Confusing but hot Irish accent.
I think that the sea shanty rage of 2021 carried over, where maybe John Frusciante and the Chili Peppers like, yo, let's add a little, not a shanty, but let's add a little like, hey, I'm better.
And Flea was like, yeah, sure, let's go.
The Red Hot Shanty Peppers.
The Red Hot Shanty Peppers.
I like that.
Taco Ren. In other music news, according to StereoGum.com, Foo Fighters are going to play...
my gum in mono.
Foo Fighters are going to play a virtual reality concert in the metaverse on Super Bowl Sunday.
I mean, isn't that just doing an online...
Yeah, it's like an online
It's like
concert,
doing a cartoon online.
It's a fancy way of saying an online concert.
So I'm just giving you a little...
In the metaverse.
Rock and roll update.
As avatars.
Rock and roll.
Now, you mentioned a Tinder swindler earlier.
How much are tickets in the metaverse?
Which I love to say, by the way. Tinder swindler. There's a two-part story to this.
I have a question. How do you get into the metaverse now? Like, I know... Like, what's the gateway to the metaverse? Like, is there one single... platform for the metaverse?
You have to ask the master of the metaverse.
Rich?
Yeah. The metaverse?
Like if so the Foo Fighters say we're having a concert in the metaverse.
Yeah.
Where's the metaverse? Where's
what provider?
Like
what platform?
Right.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm confused.
While you think about this, I got to pee real quick.
Okay. Well, you could shout and I'll report. According to Lad Bible and other stupid websites that always show up on my newsfeed, hundreds of people have signed up for a GoFundMe for the victims of the Tinder swindler.
No.
To compensate what they've lost.
No.
But like the women are all behind it. They say they just want their lives back after losing hundreds of thousands of dollars to Simon Lviv. And I never comment on like stupid websites, but I did. I was like, why? Like, why? Do they deserve to be compensated for being idiots?
No, I don't think so.
Right? Like a GoFundMe for these dummies?
You know how I feel about GoFundMes in general.
I feel bad for them, but yeah. If you don't know the story, real quick, this guy was on Tinder and he swindled millions of dollars off of, honestly, like, all right, vulnerable, but like dumb women.
Well,
like they were dumb
if
to
you
be giving
want-
up that
if-
kind of money.
If you watch it,
They were swindled.
But
now we got to pay them for being swindled?
the way they set it up, and I feel bad for them because they were dumb.
Technically,
they
we
were
don't
swindled.
we don't have to do anything. I get
They
it.
were swindled. I feel bad that they were swindled.
Oh, they were swindled.
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 Tinder swindled. I feel bad, but they did it to themselves.
Exactly.
Like you have to have some you have
accountability.
To have
I get it, but Spot, when people it's like saying
but
like,
you have to be like, this doesn't smell right to me. You have eventually you have to be like, I know this guy's,
but it's not up to you, right? If
someone else is doing it for them,
kind people are like, I feel empathy enough to do it, then
true.
Gabe
was kind enough to do a GoFund Steve for my COVID problems. He didn't have to. I didn't ask for it.
No one did one for my back.
Yeah. So I get that, but it's like this story especially, it's like, oh my God, they were so dumb and swindled.
Yeah, people get swindled.
No, but because this is such a big thing, they're probably going to get so much money.
People make bad investments. It's like, just because it's a hot story, and there were more, by the way, they featured 3 people on the movie. There were countless more.
Bill says no one's forcing anyone to donate. I get it.
But people will.
I agree.
Because it'll be viral and be like, I'll give $5. I'll give $5.
And so what? They get money back. They get money back.
It's a little like, it's interesting though. Like GoFundMe for that.
Well, GoFundMe's in general are interesting because
these were people.
A lot of times GoFundMe's are based
Rich,
on.
have you watched it yet?
No.
Okay.
A lot of times GoFundMe's are based on bad circumstances. Like sometimes it's it's a sick kid or someone that needs money for an operation, but then other times it's like, hey, I didn't plan for someone's unfortunate passing and I don't have money for a funeral. You should have that. But what I'm saying is, if people want to do it, then you're just a grump being like, like there's people that feel bad for these women and they're like, hey, listen, why not? There's crowdfunding for way worse things, Spot.
What are you doing tonight?
Tonight, probably watching the Tinder Swindler.
Okay, so watch the Tinder Swindler, and then I want you to come in and see if you feel the same way, because these are women.
Yeah, but if they were manipulated,
they were manipulated, but these are women that were attracted to money, and they wanted money, and they wanted a lavish lifestyle.
So you're saying they don't,
and they were like, oh yeah, this is the life that I should have.
They were equally to blame in this,
and they turned around and were just stupid. They were attracted to wealth. They looked for wealth.
They got lost in the lifestyle, so we feel like, oh, they deserve not that they deserved it, but like, if you're the type of girl that chases a guy for money, then you might,
like they were on yachts in Mykonos, and
I'm so interested
and on private planes.
I'll watch it tonight.
It's a great documentary on Netflix. This guy swindled women. Swindled women. Anyway, it just made me feel like. But again, no one's forcing anyone to donate. But
you made your bed. And you go lie in it.
Speaking of Simon Leviev, who went by multiple names, the actual Tinder swindler, he was banned by Tinder because he was still on it.
Why?
But
he's doing it. He gave them such great press.
I know, right?
The Tinder
Don't
swindler.
Give away the end. Don't give away the end, though.
I'm not giving away the end, but there's an update on that creep. Before the documentary dropped on Netflix.
By giving an update on this guy, won't you be giving away the ending?
Kind of.
Yeah, so don't say
anything. He's deleted all his accounts after the show.
Okay.
Yeah, he's hiding.
But before deleting his Instagram account, he thanked people for the support and promised, I will share my side of the story in the next few days when I have sorted out the best and most respectful way to tell it.
Okay.
Both of the involved parties and myself, and I make for you to watch my documentary.
So
called The Tinder Not So Swindler.
Oh, so he has a side of the story.
Yes.
If this GoFundMe goes viral and people donate and these people all get their money back, you know what it says? If you make mistakes,
you get a second chance.
You can let other people correct them for you.
And know what else he says?
You're a little harsh.
He then added, until then, please keep open mind and open heart. I'm not a swindler of the Tinder.
You know what?
That you stink.
This guy, I feel bad for this guy. Let's pay his legal bills.
Spot.
He's on a viral situation.
Do you know how much OnlyFans girls get to people get money for doing things. You'd be like, really?
I'm going to start showing my titties.
I mean, they were swindled, but again, they were being like greedy about it, bro. Like Spot said. That's why it's a little different.
I want to see these tits.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to watch it till I make an opinion.
Because
I may come back tomorrow and be like, yo, these girls are dumb.
It made me
and they chase money, they don't deserve it. Or I could say, you know what, Spot? If a woman lost her life savings because she trusted some idiot and she was blindly falling in love, then. And if the world wants to give a couple dollars each and they gave her money back, then
there are 3 people.
They entertain you with a documentary, right? So,
Rich, in the documentary, there are 3 people in this documentary. I legitimately felt sad and sorry for the first person because you could see the hurt and emotion in her eyes.
Okay.
The second person was just a
Money Hungry.
Money Hungry.
All right, I'll watch. Don't tell me anymore. Money Hungry, and the third one was what? Give me
the third one. The third one I can't decipher.
Okay, perfect. Leave it then.
Because you find out.
And these are three of many.
Three of many.
Yeah, okay.
The third
I'll
one.
watch.
Did you pick up on the fact that the third one, they were together for a long time?
Yeah.
But I just don't tell me about the swindling anymore.
Okay, so in other news, again,
who wants to see my nipple?
Nobody. In other news, again, these stories are like
$5.
icky stories, kind of, but I'll just give you the updates on them. Spotify, now that Spotify's removing episodes of Joe Rogan's podcast, Rumble Video CEO Chris Pavlovsky is offering Rogan $100 million with no censorship, with the sort of sentiment of to save the country. And he wrote a letter.
I don't think he wants to be part of that. Joe Rogan should just stay the course and it'll go away.
Dear Joe, we stand with you, your guests, and your legion of fans in desire for real conversation. So we'd like to offer you 100 million reasons to make the world a better place.
Did you see?
How about you bring your show to Rumble, both old and new, with no censorship for $100 million over 4 years? This is our chance to save the world. And yes, this is totally legit. Rumble.com CEO Chris Pavlovsky. I mean, Rumble.com has that kind of flow.
Well, they probably think the revenue they can make from him.
I mean,
Did you see the latest person to speak out on the controversy?
I saw The Rock backpedaled a little bit. The Rock supported Joe Rogan, and then he backpedaled.
No.
I saw Bert Kreischer be like, I stand with my pal Joe Rogan. Oh, Donald Trump.
Yep.
Donald Trump. Joe Rogan, don't
Joe
apologize
Rogan.
to anybody.
Stop apologizing. Stop.
You're a great American.
To the fake news and radical left maniacs and lunatics.
Don't apologize.
How many ways can you say you're sorry? Joe, just go about what you do so well and don't let them make you look weak and frightened. That's not you, and it will never be. It's me, Donald
He
Trump.
complimented Rogan. What did he say? He said something like, Joe, you're an interesting guy.
I really like your show.
No, he didn't insinuate he listens, but he's like, you're an interesting, talented guy with more, you have more viewers than the mainstream media that's mocking
I said
you.
an interesting and popular guy. That's what I
You're
said.
an interesting and popular guy.
It's pretty amazing. The following that this guy has.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
It is wild. In other news,
You know who'd never be alone? Joe Rogan.
sports related, it's official. Houston Texans have hired Lovie Smith as their head coach.
Oh, I thought they hired Bevy Smith from SiriusXM.
And Brian Flores, there's a lot of speculation that he may have cock-blocked himself.
Because that was his job.
It was his job to get behind the scenes, but by him filing a lawsuit against the NFL and coming public with his story, that it's going to Lovie Smith instead. So there's some funny banter online.
So are people mad about this? Because it's a black head coach, though.
I want you to hire a black man, Brian Flores. Wait, not that black man. Also, Brian Flores.
I mean, it's wild. It's like they hired Lovie Smith. They hired a black head coach. So now it's the wrong person.
And by the way, I was so I'm like, obviously he's a person of color, right? Brian Flores. I'm like, but his last name's Flores. So I looked him up. His parents are from Honduras. Huh. Right? I didn't know. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
I'm like, Flores. Where's he from? I mean, he's a black guy. Black Honduran? I don't know. I have no idea, but I did look that up. So
majority of I don't know, some other countries are
oh yeah, I know, but I mean, it just dawned on me that his last name was Flores. So let me look that up. Again, I want you to hire Black Man Flores. Wait, but not that black man.
Yeah, it's
Brian Flores.
The one big sentiment I can't see eye to eye with most people on when it comes to this, because we talked it into exhaustion the other day, but when someone doesn't understand they're not the right fit and just can't comprehend that mindset.
Again, I don't want to harp on this, but because I like to believe that we're moving forward in this country, right? And it takes some time to actually see that progress, but
anyone that doesn't think we're moving forward
made a lot of changes
is out of their mind. Like, look at where the country is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, it's constantly going in the direction of acceptance and stuff like that. It's not
people are treating this like it's a first come first serve sort of opportunity, or it's your meat at the deli counter. Like, yeah, man, I was next in line.
It's not how life works.
It's not how life works, and it never has been how life works for any color. And that's not to say that there wasn't a problem and that there isn't still a problem, but I think corrections are being made to fix these problems. And that's how I like to see things.
Well, look at it from the perspective
and the whole story is really fucking ugly and unfortunate. And I hate the back and forth.
I think the preference thing is a weird thing, right? It's like sometimes companies want to hire someone and they have someone in mind or someone that is not a good fit, right? Like, all right, if you'd be like, Rich, we need you to hire an artist to play an event. I'm not into rock, really. I like pop. I like hip hop. But maybe I'm not into country or rock as much. All right, let's book Maroon 5 for the event. Well, you should have booked, Blake Shelton. Yeah, but for the event that I know who's going to be there and like, you're like the idea of like what works for you. What are you supposed to do with that information? Like, let's say you're a coach and it could go with any color. Let's say you're the owner of the Indianapolis Colts and you're like, you know what? I've always wanted Jim Harbaugh, or I've always wanted, make it a black coach. I've always wanted Mike Tomlin. You're not allowed to like what you want or have something in mind. Like you have to go in with an open mind completely. That makes no sense. That's like saying in the free agency market, if a team's like, we're really going to go hard after Aaron Rodgers. Well, shouldn't you think about all the quarterbacks before you have a preference? No, some people have a preference.
Not in this story. I don't know. There's only one way to look at it sometimes.
And it's weird, but people fight about it, and
people fight about it, and I don't like it, and it makes me feel gross.
Lovie Smith looks fucking old with his white beard. That's my only thought about that. I was like, man, Lovie Smith. You mean the same smooth brother that took the Bears to the Super Bowl like a decade ago?
Yeah, he's got that beard.
He's got that beard.
So hey, congratulations to Lovie Smith, head coach of the Texans, and Brian Flores. Man, you might have really cramped yourself. So. We don't know, though. That's the backstory speculation. In other rando news, like this is gross, too. I saw this in Daily Mail, Lad Bible, like all, again, stupid websites that are on my feed, but it was everywhere. There are 3 new cases that have been detected of something called super gonorrhea that's resistant to antibiotics. So it's happening in the UK right now. So there's like a new strand or strain or fucking virus. I don't know what it is. There's a new gonorrhea out there that they're calling super duper gonorrhea. Super gonorrhea.
Super cute gonorrhea.
That is not responding. That's resistant to antibiotics.
Super cute gonorrhea.
Hey, watch out.
But what happens
again,
though?
In the UK.
But what is, if you can't treat it, then what's the...
I don't know, bro.
Give me the fucking outcome.
I don't want the fucking nasty STDs, STIs, whatever.
That's why I live by the words of Jimmy Dugan. Avoid the clap.
Yeah, I scored a 1600 on my STIs.
Time out. If there's no cure for it, what are the symptoms? People just continue. If someone's like, my
penis falls off.
My penis is dripping, or my vagina is got some weird stuff going on.
This is a new breaking story.
The gonorrhea just stays, and they can't shake it. It gets worse. Like, what's happening to these people that have super duper cute gonorrhea?
I got gonorrhea from a tractor.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happens.
You didn't read on? You just read the headline and was like, this is gross? I'll look it up real quick.
I mean,
I got it.
More than you did.
Super duper.
How do you spell gonorrhea? I always get the rheas confused with spelling, like diarrhea, gonorrhea.
I mean, it's a new story.
So we don't know.
It's 2 N's and 2 R's.
I don't think they know what's happening to these people yet.
Gonorrhea, I would lose in a spelling bee.
Gonorrhea.
No, it's gonorrhea. Ha. Reha.
They're resistant to ceftriaxone.
All I'm saying is stay away from these girls from the UK because you don't know what they got. I'm going to be like, UK? I don't trust that shit.
Damn.
New antibiotic developed for multi-drug resistant gonorrhea.
By the way, Chili Peppers.
Yeah, so it's resistant to ceftriaxone.
I'm still feeling that song.
Ceftriaxone.
So people will continue to just have the symptoms, and it'll have to run its course. Yeah. That's wild. That's a wild thought.
3 new cases of antibiotic-resistant Neisseria gonorrhoeae in England.
Their penis falls off. It's different for women. Their nipples get hard, and they crust down.
Well, here's an article.
They fall off eventually.
What are the signs of super gonorrhea? You want to know the signs? It's super important that you're able to spot the signs of super gonorrhea. Oh, I want number one, discharge.
Yeah, the idea of a thick yellow discharge,
Sweet.
always was like the one thing that turned me off from STDs.
Sweet. Toilet trouble, pain while urinating, and bleeding.
Oh, bleeding.
Like,
It's the sweet one.
so glad my dick stopped bleeding.
Yeah, you don't want any of that.
That was like the worst time of my life.
Yeah.
And remember how you referenced that my parents like had me in sin and didn't get married and all that?
In sin.
Remember how you
Yes.
insulted my parents?
Yes, I did.
how
Yeah.
you
After
really,
46 years of marriage.
I always,
together.
I'll be honest, I thought that was the case. Sorry. I was.
Remember how you just
I was-
fucking totally stereotyped my mom and dad?
You said they were 20 when they had you.
I think 21.
That doesn't-
Spot. She sent me pictures. She said, "Here, show Rich that." She said, "Top that." She sent pictures to.
Send them to me?
Yeah. She's like, "I'm hot and you're not. So top
Oh,
that."
I've seen this photo.
So top that. My mom gave you a nanny poof poof. She just sent me pictures to show you that my dad did in fact wear a tuxedo, a pink tuxedo with white platform shoes. So
which one do you want first?
whichever, it doesn't matter to me.
Here's the one at the wedding. Here's the one to show the.
Oh, my dad had. Oh, you know what? My dad had black platform shoes.
Oh, look, your dad's holding you.
And I was behind the flowers. My mom wasn't lying. But my dad did own a pair of white platform shoes. They were in my closet as a kid until I was like 14.
He does have platforms on.
Yeah, look at his best man. See the platforms?
He's got platforms.
He's got heels on.
Yeah.
Is that
That's my Uncle Mario.
Is that Googie?
Or is that called the Mario? That's my Aunt Googie on the left,
Yeah.
looking like Carly Simon.
Right?
Yeah. So, yeah, give me another one. There they are. Big Steve.
Your dad looks like your brother so much.
Hortensia.
And your mom looks like your sister.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, that's genetics for you. And what's the last one, Spot?
Your mom holding flowers, looking like your sister.
The last one. Oh, is it? There's my mom. Who's she look like? Grace, you think?
I see. Yeah.
Little Grace and Dawn
Yeah.
mix.
There you go. So, see, they were married. Take that.
Take
Rich.
that.
Now
Take
top that.
that.
Because I'm hot.
Those
You're
are
not.
Those are heels.
So top that. So there's actual
Man,
proof.
What a looker.
And they really did have mariachis there and everything. My mom talks about it all the time. And then the mariachis came. And it's pretty, yeah, the pictures are fantastic. So there you have it. That's the rando news of today.
What a looker.
I had a
February
Looker.
8th.
Looker.
Oh, if it's today's your birthday, you share that with John Williams, composer, who
I'm a bigger fan of Barry Williams.
Star Wars, E.T., Schindler's List,
Bigger
Raiders
fan
of
of
the Lost
Bernie
Ark,
Schindler's.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, Harry
He
Potter.
created the signature Harry Potter.
Schindler's List. Schindler's List.
Can I give a happy belated to my boy Chris Bartolo Pallone? His birthday was yesterday.
Nice. But,
Fellow Carl, fellow Unionite.
John Williams, 90 years old. Spot. Pull up John Williams, not his music, but just look at the list because there's like 100. It's not.
It's
E.T.
ridiculous.
It's not just E.T. and like I said, E.T., Star Wars, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Back to the Future. Every instrumental from a cool movie in the 80s and 90s was John Williams. It's wild to think.
Did he do? Bum, 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 ba-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Did he do Forrest? No, Alan Silvestri did Forrest Gump. Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
but John Williams is pretty
Jaws. Of course,
amazing. Jaws. He did Jaws.
Jaws. Let's see. Jaws.
Listen to the list of things that John Williams composed.
The
Jaws,
Towering Inferno.
but the ones we all know. Spot. Jaws.
Star Wars. Close Encounters, obviously. Superman.
Dun, 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 dun. Jurassic Park. He did right.
Yes. Raiders of the Lost Ark. E.T. Star Wars. Indiana Jones. Empire of the Sun. Indiana Jones.
I was a bigger fan
Home
of
Alone.
Oh, he did the Home Alone. Yo, there
Hook.
can't.
JFK.
I think we
Jifk, Jurassic Park.
as a public
Schindler's List.
Spot. We as a public.
7 Years in Tibet.
Don't deserve him.
Oh, Saving Private Ryan.
Don't deserve John. I by the way, for the record,
Stepmom.
I was going to make a joke about how I like composer Paul Williams and what he
speaking-
did with the Muppets better. The little
Speaking
guy with
of-
the glasses, but John Williams is legend.
El Patriota. He did The Patriot.
See?
Patriota.
See how it all ties
I
together?
was sort of bummed. We couldn't get a babysitter like 6 months ago. Sarah went with our pal Shannon to go see the John Williams tribute at the Hollywood Bowl. Did your wife go, Spot, or no?
No, we were away.
Yeah, my wife and Shannon went, and I was bummed that I didn't get to go because, like I said, we couldn't find someone to watch the kids, but Sarah went. And John Williams, I'm not saying we don't deserve him, but talk about a guy that, I mean, yeah, he gets credit.
We deserve Paul Williams.
But what I'm saying is, does he get the credit? Does he get the credit where Back to the Future, E.T., Raiders of the Lost Ark?
How much is he worth?
Like
you don't need
Spot
that much
named all
credit.
these movies: Harry Potter, The Patriot.
No, we all know.
I mean, we know, but do you think the average person
Everyone gets one John Williams
Jurassic
choice.
Park.
Go.
Back to the Future.
No way.
That's Alan Silvestri.
Back to the Future?
Yes.
Wait, what did I say?
Indiana Jones.
So which one is that? Which that's
E.T. then. Maybe Star Wars is pretty legendary.
Which what is that?
That's right. It's Indiana Jones.
I think for me, it would be the end title from Jurassic Park.
I bet you John Williams. I bet you John
title.
Williams wishes he wrote the Rocky theme though. Props to Bill Conti.
This is to me the most triumphant John Williams, and I love Harry Potter. This to me just is like so like.
Sounds like Billy Madison.
So like fanfare-ish. I love a good fanfare.
Beauty
Magazine Day.
Band nerd here as well. I'm reading the feedback. We did a John Williams tribute in high school.
I think every high school did. He's a legend.
Superman is great. I mean,
but Spot, I feel like we did all.
You know
what, Spot? Spot, I'm gonna throw my vote for the flying theme. E.T. John Williams, the flying theme. That was powerful.
Gold flakes, I got lots of gold flakes.
I got lots of gold flakes. Gold flakes.
He's been more influential in our lives than you think. These are all like childhood movies of our life.
I agree with you. I'm not going to fight this. I think he's
turn this up.
A legend.
It feels fucking nice, doesn't it?
The flutes.
Flying.
Remember C. Thomas Howell was in that little gang.
He was.
And little Henry Thomas's Elliot is in that Midnight Mass show that I told you to watch. It was great.
Can I throw one more out there? Because I think it might be his most powerful one. It doesn't have the gusto of a Raiders of the Lost Ark or a Star Wars. But as far as it making the movie what it is, I mean, how do you beat that's it? Superman's pretty legendary.
The only thing better than that, Super Duper Man.
I picture Christopher Reeve flying around the sun, the Earth towards the sun. That's what I picture.
So
I picture Super Vato Hero saving
Jaws defined the movie. That's not going to be the one I pick, but the theme song of Jaws was such a part of that movie. Like it, without I
mean, it's
like there's documentaries about how that song, like, sort of, you didn't see a shark for the first hour of that movie. They say, right?
I
saw some tatties.
It's like it's with 2 notes. He was able to instill fear in the viewing audience with 2 notes.
So good.
It's just dope.
That should be
Is it a guy on a fucking? What is it? What is it?
Like a cello?
Probably a
like
cello.
a big
It's not as scary when you picture some fucking dork doing that.
Or is it a piano? I can't tell.
Some guy on a fucking trombone.
That's like a flugelhorn. Yeah, I think like a French horn, like
or trombone. No, that's trombone. That's trombone.
Is it a TikTok guy
trombone?
should do this spot.
No, it's trombone.
You know the TikTok guy that does the music parts? Then the guy comes in with his trumpet.
Oh, that guy has.
Yeah, he should do this because it's funny. Yeah, it's fearful.
I mean, this might be your number one answer, even though you could throw Star Wars, not Back to the Future, Indiana Jones. The one I'm thinking of, Spot, that I feel like really made the movie because it's so sentimental. Play the theme to Home Alone, because we watched the movie, making the movie, right?
Yeah.
This part? No. Not the Somewhere in My Memory.
This shit does not compare to the other ones.
I know, but I'm saying
fucking Indiana Jones. I'm
Yeah, but
declaring right now.
yeah.
Indiana Jones is greatest work.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying for what it meant to the holiday movie, like that Home Alone movie.
This melody has woven the fabric of an entire series. 8 movies, all from this.
I mean, the Harry Potter one's pretty legendary, Spot. You right?
More than Star Wars, to me. Just this little melody, this little melody, and
how about this melody? She rocks out. Look, how about this melody?
And what's interesting is the melody, even though there's been other composers of other movies.
How about this melody? She's learning.
Not bad.
There you go.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Pretty dope.
One day she'll be John Williams.
The theme to Home Alone.
Hopefully not a hobo Williams.
The theme to Home Alone's impactful. You're right, but it's not going to be there. Man, so much. He said it too. Indiana Jones. What a cut. Dum, 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 dum.
I like the Mola Ram scenes, bro. That's the classic intro, but Mola Ram scenes are the best. How fucking regal does the lead trumpet feel in this part?
I like being third trumpet on that.
But Andrew makes the point I'm trying to say. There's something about that Home Alone theme. While the other ones are more impactful and grandioso. There's something about the Home Alone theme, like when he
Somewhere in My Memory.
It's so.
I got to tell you,
that movie is so holiday, so Christmassy. Like there's that is beautiful. Like when Kevin's mom comes home at the end, and yeah, it's just I don't know. John Williams, legend, 90 years old today. That's why we brought him up. 90 years old.
More like Burnaby Williams. So happy birthday. Again, shout out to Chris Pallone, his birthday. It was someone else's birthday yesterday that we missed. I'm like, how'd you miss that? You're giving out all these birthday shout outs.
I don't know. Vince Neil is 61 today.
Kickstart my heart?
Oh, Kickstart my heart.
And Spot, one of our favorite actresses here on the Covino and Rich
Amanda
show.
Seyfried?
It's Mary Steenburgen's birthday. Damn it! She's great. Mary Steenburgen, who Larry David always loves on Curb. Mary Steenburgen. He's done everything. John Williams. All right, so tribute to John Williams. I have a friend in need or a thought I had about you that you were talking about fitness, Covino.
They got Kickstart my heart.
61 today.
61 pounds overweight.
Oh, Ham-headed dog? Maynard, yeah.
Eat a dot. Eat a dot. Kickstart my heart.
Oh, I love Kickstart my heart.
Man, we're getting flagged today.
Vince Neil
or Neil Young. I don't know the difference. There was a quick friend in need or something that you and I were talking about as far as like fitness and eating and shit like that. You wanted to get to that or no?
I feel like, what's that Eminem song? Rock Bottom? Yeah, he's not going to play that at the Super Bowl halftime show. That's how I feel.
Yeah, after our big meal last night, I said, Covino, you know what a great day to start? Because you were like, yeah, I really want to get remotivated. I said, Monday's a perfect day because to start now, when everyone from coworkers in New York, Super Bowl people in the sports world, super agent Sean Wyman, Zito last night. People are in town, and we have
Joe Burrow.
I'm 5 months pregnant.
But what
with
I'm
a
saying
Parmesan
is,
baby
we possibly have. We're going to a concert on Wednesday. Like everything this week is going to involve an open bar or a nice dinner, and then Sunday is the Super Bowl, and you're going to be eating wings and dips and everything. So I said, you know what? Put your mind at ease and say, you know what?
Wings?
Monday after the Super Bowl, which will be February.
I'm making Stromboli.
Perfect spot.
Oh, should I make my
Monday?
buffalo chicken dip too?
Dude,
it's been a while.
That'd be a great spot. I'm down for you making any great dips for my party.
Buffalo
You're great.
chicken
You're
dip.
great. Your cooking is a great addition to any party. So if I'm telling you that dips will be made, wings will be eaten, open bars and drinks and concerts and all the festivities that we keep getting invited to because it's Super Bowl week. We thought it was going to be a slow week. And now we're getting calls like, hey, Covino Rich, meet here, do this. We have a meeting or lunch or this. Why on earth would you say today's the day? I hate to be the delay guy, but it just seems so perfect that Monday is Valentine's Day, right? The day after the Super Bowl. That's mid-February.
On Monday, a lot of people want to go out for nice dinners.
But I'm saying if you want to get in good shape for the spring, and you're like, all right, time to really step it up again. Spot wants to get back to the gym. You're saying let's get it going. Let's fucking do it. Why would you choose the week when people are in town and the week of the Super Bowl?
Because I don't know if I can fit anything more in this.
It's like a bad.
Then our
week
buddy
to start.
Sean's gonna be in town tomorrow. He's gonna be like, let's go out and get more steak, and I'm gonna say, why, man? Get it?
Why, Sean? Why, man? So if we see,
I can't fit anymore.
So
You're more pregnant than your mom was at her wedding.
Dinner,
Turtle's peeking his head out.
if there's a dinner with if there's a dinner with our buddy Sean Wyman, we're going to a concert on Wednesday, a small little venue concert that there's gonna be like an open bar VIP.
I'm gonna invent the stirrup toilet.
By the way, when you laid in bed last night, did you rub your belly and say, oh, because I did.
Yeah, but my point is simple. I'm not one to be like, well, I'm going to quit smoking on Monday. I hate the people that delay it, but you're picking a week that's terribly difficult. Like most weeks.
It's like choosing to go on a diet in between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, it's like, what a bad choice. Like, I'm all about you.
It's during the taint of the holiday
yeah,
season.
I'm all about you.
You're like, you want to eat cookies and snacks.
Spot, I'm all about
celebrate the New Year.
You're saying this to the
I'm just
general
saying.
public.
I'm just saying in general, Spot.
That doesn't mean you should like have Taco Bell for all 3 times a day for the next week.
No, I'm just saying that
you choose, but like don't deprive yourself.
My point is simple.
As of Monday,
I'm not one to be like delay, but Spot made a great point. Like the week between Christmas and New Year. If you're going to pick a day to start working out and eating healthy and really get a new, as you call it, a regime, a new regimen or something going, guess what the worst day would be? The day when you have work dinners, open bars, and the Super Bowl all within the week. Like perhaps after that, say Monday the 14th, Valentine's Day. That starting that week, what a great week to really start.
You should start Tuesday because Jordan's going to bring home like some tasty pastries.
I got tasty
Like,
Valentine's
I got
cupcakes.
heart-shaped cupcake
So
donut.
take Tuesday the 15th and say,
Filled
all
with
right,
cream.
February
She already
15th.
ordered something.
Of
for
course,
herself.
of course she did.
Look at it like some type of spring training. Like, all right, starting February 15th, I'm going to get in shape for the spring and stuff.
The Ides of
But like,
February.
why now?
Tuesday?
Yeah, why now? Start for a week from today. Say for the rest of the week now. If I'm invited to a work dinner, if there's an open bar, if it's Super Bowl Sunday and Spot makes a good dip, don't be the guy that's like, oh, I started my new thing. Start your new thing on Tuesday. 1 week is not going to kill. You're not going to be an old guy and be like, if I would have worked out 1 more week.
I mean,
you guys ever read The 5 Chinese Brothers?
Probably, yeah. I feel like I know
is that the one where with the hair and the brush? Oh no, that's the Gift of the Magi.
That's the Gift of the Magi.
You never read the
I've read it.
Medal award-winning.
Remind me the story again.
5 Chinese brothers. They all had different powers.
Oh, that's right.
One Chinese brother had the power to swallow the sea or something like that.
Oh yeah, that was.
He swallows the sea and his face is all fat. And that's how I feel after.
Mercer has the worst opinion, and I love him because he's a great contributor. But
I can't fit anymore.
I mean, I don't disagree with him. I'm not saying you don't have to go hard, but you shouldn't go soft either.
What's the point of living then if you're going to be like, oh yeah, it's the Covino? Let me just put the bigger perspective.
I'm gonna go for a walk today though. You got to balance things.
The point of living is to live.
Let me just give everyone the bigger perspective. The bigger perspective is Steve Covino, 52 weeks of the year. I'd say about 40 something of those. He's living his day to day with Jordan and being a dad with Melody and doing all this stuff, right? So, point is, those are the weeks where you could absolutely eat healthy, work out, do all that. Maybe 3 to 4 weeks a year, people are in town, Super Bowl week. Maybe it's a week of the holidays or a week like family and friends are visiting. Those are the times that you don't start a new workout plan. Like that would be like if hey, my friends are visiting. While you guys are here, I'm not going to drink or eat. Like, it's a bad week to start. It's a bad week to start. You're not going to be any less. You're not going to make any worse progress.
I can't fit any more into my fat face though.
Like last I didn't need last night. Oh, is that it? Let me pull it up.
No, it's okay.
5 Chinese.
Probably like considered like politically incorrect in today's world.
He's a Caldecott Award winner.
Yeah, when we were racist little kids.
Yeah.
You know how terrible we were growing up.
I just think, just live your life. Like, imagine if Sean Wyman's like, hey, I got made dinner reservations to this great, I don't know, Mexican restaurant or Italian place.
More taquitos.
What are you gonna be like? Oh, I'll have a side salad. Like,
yes, I think I might. I don't know. I can only fit so much. I'll tell you how I feel after I drop some wolf bait in your bathroom.
This is Covino last night.
please.
Yeah, this is me after all that chicken parm. I can't fit anymore into my fat face.
How about it?
Have some cheesecake. Have some sloppy Joe. I made it extra sloppy.
If you were consistent, and diligent. No, if you were consistent, disciplined.
Come on.
Oh, I showed you the picture. That's how I felt. I looked in the mirror last night. Jordan's like, why? Jordan's like, you're like bipolar. I'm like, I hate myself right now.
I mean, I feel
I'm just saying
a little beef, but I haven't worked out since January 2nd, and I'm so sad.
I'm just saying, if you're consistent and
Going for
diligent
rehab tomorrow.
and disciplined moving forward, 1 week of like, what's more important, enjoying good times with your friends or like a couple days of like you could skip a couple days of eating.
Yeah,
healthy.
but a
Times
couple
with your
days,
friends is dynamite.
a couple days turns into 5 days,
That's if you
turns
wanted
into
to,
every
Spot.
day, turns into every week, turns into every month, and then you're just a big fat slob.
EJ, who said he's probably, and I agree, he said he's probably in the top 5%, probably more, top 1% of the most in shape Covino Rich listeners and friends.
Oh, he's so
and
fantastic.
EJ's like, you gotta live a little. Your friends are in town. Like, there's 52 weeks a year. How many weeks of the year, Covino, are work co-workers and old friends visiting the town in the same week?
I haven't moved my body in 3 months. So it's tough, man. It's different for everybody. But I mean, Rich makes a good point. If you're going to start, it is a little counterproductive to start now.
Yeah. No, it's
I
like,
get it.
It's like if you're gonna say I'm gonna quit
The
drinking.
Super Bowl's coming up.
You don't say I'm gonna quit drinking. Like I don't know, on St. Patty's Day. Like you don't say the day
Right.
before St.
This
Patty's
is
Day.
not the week.
I'm gonna never drink. I'm giving up beer for a while.
But
on like
of course,
March
I felt
16th.
that after we stuffed our faces last night.
Yeah, I'm just saying live a little.
to the max.
I'm not saying be a slob. I mean, I broke out the
he's
Peloton.
going to be a soccer player. He is.
I broke out the Peloton. Sarah and I moved the Peloton. We're breaking it out because I said I want to really kick up my cardio. I went to the gym yesterday, did a good workout, but I need to pick up my cardio. And I need to burn some calories.
You're fine.
I need to burn some calories, bro. I'm with you. Well, I don't feel great about myself, but I'm
need
not
to
going to pick.
kickstart my
I'm
heart.
not going to pick the. I'm not going to pick the week where.
But how can you do that when Big Mac 103?
Yeah.
Kickstart my heart. So, okay, there you go. Hey, Rich makes a good point.
Can't eat the dots.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Hey, listen, if you want to eat a salad, eat a salad. I'm just saying, like, don't beat yourself up. I hate when you beat yourself up over it because, in the big picture, it means nothing. It's like
It does mean something to some of us.
if he was doing it every day, if he was doing it every day,
but you've been in general shape your entire life.
general shape.
For people like me, it's not good.
Easy to say when you're slim good
yeah,
body.
it's like when you metabolize. Like,
Can you pull a picture of slim good body?
The average person, Rich, cannot eat fast food as much as you do and look like you do.
Yeah, but that's like sort of the joke. Like you think I eat it
No.
more than I do. Like that's like the joke on our show.
No,
Not the joke at all.
Tell me when.
Ask me the last time I had Panda Express.
Yeah, you had Panda Express, a breakfast
me the last time I had
burrito,
Taco Bell.
and a bagel with egg and cheese on over the weekend. You know what I had? A fucking egg mountain and chicken crock pot from the crock pot.
My problem is I don't eat enough, as Jordan yells at me about all the time. So when I do indulge like I did last
and I
night,
still feel fat.
it hurts.
You say that I had a bacon, egg, and cheese Saturday morning, and you said that I had Panda Express, but you didn't fill in the other meals, which were like healthier options. Like what did I eat Sunday night at ESPN at
Dino
Fox? I brought a salad with me to work, but you don't mention that because that doesn't go along with the funny narrative that
That's
I only
the
eat
first
shitty.
time we saw you eat a salad.
But I
Every other
usually
week
have
is just
Chipotle. Yeah, and Chipotle's healthy. Chipotle's not bad for you. What I get, I mean, a Chipotle bowl or the only thing bad about the burrito is the tortilla. I mean, you
Guess
guys.
who can't eat a tortilla, or they'll turn into a fucking my 600-pound life.
Do you go? But then again, I go to the gym like 4 to 5 days a week.
And I did before I threw my back out,
So I'm saying,
and I
like,
still
you
can't
know,
eat like that.
I mean, I do. I
Gotta
go
stay
to,
active for sure.
I do what your Uncle Joey says. Sometimes I go to the gym sometimes just so, like I went to the gym yesterday just so mentally I was like, all right, well, I'm going to eat like a slob tonight, but the least I could do is 45 minutes at the gym. So, I mean, hey, listen, buddy. Do you?
Start on Tuesday the 15th. That's a goal. I mean, that's a nice little, let's remember.
What do you want to do?
15th of this month is when you got to start saying, hey,
spring training,
after
bro.
Super Bowl, I had like 7 layers of that dip yesterday.
Yeah, what do you got to skip the dip?
I had 7 layers.
Don't skip the dip.
I just murdered like so many little chickens.
Why are you
going to
skip the dip, bro? Why are you going to skip the dip?
So on the 15th, man, I might have to
you
really
have like these
get disciplined.
Decadent raspberry, chocolate, cream, buttermilk, whatever treats that Jordan's going to bring home on Monday. I was on the phone with you last night at 10 whatever when we got home. I heard her I heard the words creme anglaise, ice cream, and vanilla in the background. I don't know who she was talking to, but I just know that your house is laden with treats. I could never do that. I yell at Kristen when she buys things.
Chipotle is healthy, Michael E. I think so.
Probably Heinz sodium. I don't know.
Maybe a little Heinz sodium, but it's all farmed fresh chicken and veggies on a wrap. The only thing that you could argue is bad on that spot is the tortilla, right?
My only addiction has to deal with the flour tortilla. I eat a quesadilla.
Lard.
Rich orders the taco grande though. Not that healthy. So thank you guys.
I mean,
in theory, the ingredients there are not. Do you get guac? Do you get cheese? Do you get sour cream?
No, I don't.
Because
I don't get sour cream. I get
sour cream. Sour cream.
I get brown rice. I get brown rice, chicken, guac, and a little of the salsa.
So top that.
Yeah, sodium is where I would be worried because I know they heavily salt and season their meats and salsas.
You know what?
That's
why
I would
I love
avoid
when
it.
I feel like a piece of shit, right? And Jordan's like, it's just water weight. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. Thanks.
Take some water pills.
Yeah. Just water weight.
Take some water pills
Just
before
water weight.
before an event or something. If
And you take the water pills and you realize
man, I'm good.
you're still
I
chubby,
could-
and I'm like, ugh.
It's all good.
Yeah. Chipotle is one. I think Chipotle is one of the healthier fast food options out there.
Of your options,
I mean,
it's still not. Don't look at it as
you
eating a piece of grilled chicken. It's not as good.
I didn't say it was the same as a
But it's not-
piece of grilled chicken. But there's people that are having cheeseburgers and French cheese fries. I mean,
obviously, relatively.
but Burger King number 5 versus a burrito bowl.
You have to,
is the big difference,
right? But you have to acknowledge there's also better options than eating at Chipotle.
Yeah, but Spot, you're talking to a bunch of people that 1%. Take a look around town. Take a look around town. How many people are really in good shape?
In LA?
You would think more.
Depends on what part
Walk around the supermarket, walk around the drugstore, walk around anywhere, and tell me how impressed you are with the. Yeah, you go to the gym. There might be a couple ripped girls and guys with that are in shape. Most people are living their life way dirtier than you.
I found a picture of me, Spot,
I mean,
last
if you don't
night
think I'm
when I
telling
was
the
looking
truth,
in the
take a look
mirror.
around. Who do you deal with? Name everyone you deal with and think about it. And they certainly are not living this healthy life you think. It's the truth.
Maybe that's why we're all sick and dying.
Dude, what do I need to tell you to convince you that when you are eating healthy, Spot, you are in like the 1 percentile? When Spot's having like egg whites and making his own little, like when Spot's making like egg whites for breakfast with turkey bacon and then for lunch having like grilled food and then at dinner having a salad with, you think the average person is disciplined to have that every day? No. You're on a mission that changes your life around. You think the average person is doing all that?
I think a lot of people see that's how sad I was last night looking in the mirror. Jordan's like, what's wrong? You were just in a good mood. I'm like, I just looked in the mirror.
And what's even worse is you hate fish.
And I'm like, look at my face.
Why is he sad?
Because he couldn't hold in the ocean anymore.
Oh, yeah.
He swallowed the ocean.
What are you
Yeah,
gonna do?
all those fish.
I love that book. It's the last book I read.
Hey, just my only point is, if you're going to, and I think it's a great idea to, if all of us or some of us are going to say, starting on Tuesday, February 15th, after Super Bowl and Valentine's Day, what a great time to start a new routine.
Now's the perfect time.
And the feeling just is right.
You can laugh all day and dance into the night.
At beautiful Mountain Lodge, all you have to bring is your massive ding-a-ling.
That's what I'm bringing. So anyway, thank you. Disco Fries. What's
saying,
up? Bill, Kyle, thank you. I got other shout-outs to
Yeah,
give.
my only dumb thought is that if you're going to do this, which is a great idea, everyone should at times be like, yeah, I'm going to do a new routine. I'm going to eat healthier. I'm going to go to the gym more. I'm going to get in shape for the spring. My only dumb point was, why start the week when you actually are seeing friends for the first time in years? And you have a Super Bowl party and it's Valentine's Day. Like, that's the worst time to be like if you're going to take a week off.
Something.
But like if
the
you,
next day is your nephew's birthday party.
Like last night, I knew we were going to go out.
Yeah.
I knew we were going to eat hefty, probably get some apps, probably get a dessert, probably get some sides. So the rest of the day, I limited my carb intake to make sure that I could balance it out and kind of carbo load at dinner. So you can make conscious decisions to balance out your enjoyment.
Of course. Of course.
So, but you don't have to delay.
You know about Balance Spot. You've done it for the last couple of years.
You don't delay it.
I'll be bouncing
but
on
you
the
just
toilet
balance
later,
it.
man.
So like,
elbows on the knees.
That'll make you feel better.
I'll be bouncing like this. Elbows on the knees. Oh, chicken parm.
Oh, you didn't go this morning? You said you had to go.
That's why I feel like I'm slob. My stomach is killing me right now. That's why I couldn't sleep. I feel like I was giving birth to something.
Yeah, the average person is weak. From Rolando says this. It takes mental strength to go through a diet and a workout routine.
That's what you call eater's remorse right there. All right. Well, anyway, let me give some shout outs. I think you make a solid point.
I'm saying, like, look at Spot.
You know what? I know nothing. Don't
look at
use
Spot.
me as an example. I know nothing.
Spot used to do whatever he wanted. Then Spot became super disciplined. And
I used to eat a container of hummus a day.
Yeah, but think about Spot.
And I would convince myself that, it's hummus, it's healthy, and I'm eating half a loaf of bread, and it's just bread and hummus, it's healthy.
But my point, Spot, is that you know what it takes, and it takes a lot of effort to really go super healthy, right? When you were with your trainer and you were working out, you were working your ass off, and every day you were eating egg white omelets, counting your carbs and counting your calories and macros and micros and micros and Mykonos, and when you were
micronutrients,
when you were doing all that, you think most people do that?
No, but I encourage people to. I encourage people to track what they eat because you'd be surprised what you're putting in your body.
1% of people do that.
Everyone should download MyFitnessPal. But I don't know.
Who's your MyFitnessPal? Is John Bastow.
No,
mine is.
Mine's that dude that put on the dress on Instagram.
Mine's the Rooster. Spot's
No, that's my dude.
I know, the Rooster.
Stay away from my dude.
My old school fitness pal, Slim Goodbody. So anyway, I'm gonna give some shout outs.
You know what? I'm thinking of going back for a few more months. Doing a quick little refresh.
Hey.
So expensive.
Shout out to William Troutner. We'll read feedbacks though. William Troutner Jr., Gina Valenzuela, Chris Datilio, B-Mag, Tyler Koldyke, Travis Gower, Jason Orr, Lane, Kevin Calise, Josh Wells, Key Collector Comics, T. Harper, Scott Stashowski, Steven Silvis, Daryl Gord, and all the errands out there rocking out with us. What up, errands?
What should people download, Spot? You said something?
MyFitnessPal.
What does that do? Just so people know.
You can track everything you eat, whether it be stuff you make at home, when you go out to eat. It's a very comprehensive app, and you can set your goals, how many calories you want to have in a day, how many macros you want to hit.
I agree.
I put everything in there.
I agree with KCT, who hit us up, Covino.
Yeah, what?
KCT saying,
is that a guy or a girl?
I don't know.
I mean, that's pretty accurate in today's world.
I don't know. Casey, well, Casey could be a guy or a girl.
I'm just kidding.
Casey bringing up a great point, though, that most people, I'm saying you're giving people too much credit, and that's not a bad thing. You like to think that, but most people can't balance their diet, their checkbook, anything. Most people, look around. As they said in Hamilton, look around at what people are doing right now. You think most people are monitoring their diet, their fitness, their money, everything? Most people are a disaster. You should all be very proud of yourselves. If you're balancing
there's not one overweight person listening and living that feels great about that. Not one.
But
I promise.
But I promise you,
so why do we got to subject ourselves to that standard?
But what I'm saying is, most people that are not pleased with their body weight and their image, you got to ask yourself, do they really want to, and are they doing anything about it? The answer for most of that is no. Most people,
but they want to.
Most people have financial issues, health issues, different things going on. But there's a lot of people that are a mess. Be very grateful that you know, that you got your act together for the most part. Yeah, no one's gonna be. No one here has a 6-pack. It's not about that. It's about.
I do.
6-pack of
high noons
of high noons.
Yeah,
I want a 6-pack.
Noonies.
You know, I want to look like the dude on Reacher.
KCT.
That guy's fucking jacked. I want to look like that guy.
I look like Anthony Kiedis.
That's my goal. I think this is my new body goal.
No,
the dude from Reacher.
Anthony Kiedis is like 75 with abs and a mustache.
I don't want to be
an
bulky.
Irish accent.
I want to be like.
Hey, by the way, I got the funniest feedback of the day. I think if we're giving out awards today,
I also think people
funniest feedback of the day is from Rocket Dog, and it goes back to the Vato encounter with Mel Gibson. He goes, "Come to think of it, Mel Gibson should have really robbed that guy because the police would have never believed that guy's story."
Right?
I swear, Mel Gibson robbed me.
Okay, sure. Get over here, Vato.
Mel Gibson,
I'm your white Irish uncle. Good, put your hands up.
He had a tire problem. He could have stolen the dude's car.
He could have hit the guy. He could have hit that guy with a tire iron, and no one. And be like, "Oh, Mel Gibson hit me."
Mel Gibson
sure.
was mugged by Mel Gibson.
Yeah, right.
Hands up.
You're arrested.
Hey, like $28. He took it. Oh yeah, Mel Gibson needed your $28.
Yeah, because Mel Gibson was here in the barrio.
He was feeling his tires and he hit me.
I got the video. That's a deep fake. Put your hands up.
That's a deep fake.
I don't believe it. What,
and I saw Luke Skywalker in the last fucking Boba Fett. Get over here. You're arrested.
You liar.
You're under arrest.
For what? For lying too. Lying. Balance.
Yeah, I'll be bouncing. Like this.
Bell.
Elbows on the knees with my toes pointed up. Oh, that's me.
Red circles. Right?
Balance like red circles on my knees when I get home. Balance like Jack Palance.
And listen, people got different priority. Like a guy like Mercer is like, hey, like this should be a priority. Yeah, dude. People got like drama and kids and exes and people, all different stuff in their life.
Exes and hoes.
People got time. You can always find a little time to do workouts and exercise and eat well. But if you think everyone's got all the time in the world between like family and kids and life and work and travel and commuting and doing all the things different people do, it's not easy for everyone. But yeah, you can make time. The end. Hey, don't die. Don't go dying on me.
It's also
Stay
not
healthy.
easy being cheesy. So
it's
right.
not easy.
It's not easy being cheesy.
Being cheesy. So hey, enjoy your food. Yeah, I mean, I'll to wrap it up. You shouldn't beat yourself up over this shit.
Yeah,
the
like
way
last,
I do
like
sometimes.
last night, to me,
we had a great time.
Yeah, I was full last night.
And
But you know
now
what I
isn't
did?
the time because we still have a whole Super Bowl week and game and festivity ahead of us. So just have your mindset on the 15th. And that's go time. Let's effing go.
Yeah.
This is a whole motivation conversation. Let's effing go on the 15th, bro.
Yeah, I'm like last night. I look at it as, we had a beautiful dinner with an old pal, and
He's not that old. He's 34.
And you were lucky enough to be able to have someone else pay for a beautiful steak and a chicken parm and appetizers and drinks. Like to go home and be like, oh, why did I eat that? Oh, I'm mad about it. Like that. What a night! What a night.
No, I just felt so like
what a night.
It was good. It was a good time. So anyway, thank you guys. Good times. Dolomite. Thank you for being here.
And by the way, how do you not eat bread when they bring it out?
Oh my God, that's
they brought
my
weakness.
They
brought out the pumpernickel.
You know what I said to myself?
I like the raisin and nut.
The raisin and nut bread. Oh,
that's my favorite. They laid that
bread.
bread out there on the table. I was like, baby, I'ma want you.
Baby, I'ma need you.
I was singing to myself. Then I fucking ate the shit out of it.
Baby, I'ma
enjoy your food. Yes, P10. Enjoy your food.
Enjoy your food.
Enjoy your food. But you gotta balance shit out, and that's where I'm being lazy. I admit it. And I blame it on COVID.
I kind of agree with Mercer. If you can find time to scroll on TikTok for 2 hours,
he's right.
Take one of those hours and go to the gym. And I'm not saying you, Rich. I'm saying people in general.
Yeah. I go to the gym quite a bit. I don't do the intense workouts I'd like to, but you still go there and you do stuff and you move around and you do exercise, play sports on the weekends. Do it. Just move around. Move around.
Rich likes to move it.
I do like to move it.
Yeah, I'm good, Bleacher Bum. I'm just saying we feasted big time. So when you feast like that, you're going to say the next day, it's pretty common to be like, oh, man, I can't do that again.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. But we have to do it again a few more times because we have friends in town. And the Super Bowl's coming up. The And
if you had to change pant
15th.
size, if you had to change pant sizes, that's one thing.
I haven't, but I'm getting it.
Yeah.
So I'm still good.
I mean, I'm wearing the same pants I wore when I was fat, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I
Did
never
you throw
had-
your fat clothes?
No, I got my pants. I kept because I just cinched them up because like my legs are still kind of beefy, but my legs were never fat. Like my legs.
What do you mean you cinched them up? Like your waistband?
So
is
my
like you,
waist is shrunk, but my legs are the same size. So I can't get smaller pants because my legs won't fit in them. But my waist is smaller, so I need to just cinch around my waist and my legs fit in. I got beef legs.
And if you need extra motivation, one of the best stats we've ever learned is for every 40 pounds, you gain an inch on your dong.
Yeah.
So let that be your motivator.
All right. Well, with that said, have a great Tuesday. Enjoy your tacos. No! Oh, tacos! Tuesday! Why the tacos? And we'll see you guys tomorrow. And maybe we'll catch you behind the velvet rope. Tier 2, Covino and Rich.
Mel Gibson! Yo! Have a Vato encounter.
Maybe I'll rob you.
Yeah, have yourself a Vato encounter.
Right.
Enjoy your Taco Tuesday.
Arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, guys.
Bye.